Well, we're live, so. So, this is, I'm trying to make sure, because for some reason I'm not able to highlight the camera the way I want to, so. It's just in this position right now, but you know, it's the usual. We're just trying to chit chat for a bit, I guess. See how everybody thinks on all these situations, how things have changed. I know Donald Trump was addressing military leaders today, and it's just like, I don't understand the whole purpose of it, because most of that shit could have just been an email. Most of the time, anytime it's something like that, it's always an email that could have just been written, but these people want to make it, they want to show their ability to control these people, but let alone the possibility of a government shutdown is still, so basically it is going to get shut down. I already said that was going to happen. That was not something new. People were trying to make it seem like they didn't think it was going to happen or it's not going to happen. It was just like, there's a congresswoman, I forget her name. It's just basically, she went because today in Congress they're supposed to put votes. And basically Mike Johnson just basically said there's not going to be any votes today. Basically making sure that Congress does get shut down, and basically it's because the Republicans want to play children. They want to play children. The Republican Party wants to play like kids, and there's like, we're not going to have it our way. We're just going to not let anybody have anything. Which is interesting because the fact that a lot of this stuff that's happening, the shutdown is going to affect a lot of people. It's not just, you know, people just shut down stuff just to shut it down. A lot of people are going to end up dealing with this, and a lot of people are going to be with it. Because not only into effect is the shutdown, but then also a lot of people are resigning. Remember all those people that wanted to take that early retirement, or they wanted to resign and leave? All of that takes place tomorrow. So literally government agencies are going to shut down, but not only are they going to shut down, by the time they reopen again, they're not going to have the same manpower, because a lot of these people are doing it. I agree with shutting it down, but the thing is the shutdown isn't the point. The point of it shutting down is, yes, I understand it's shutting down, but the reason it's shutting down is not the reason it should be shutting down. It is shutting down because Republicans don't want to talk, negotiate about all the fucking cuts that they're making to the healthcare system. The Democrats want to talk about that because there's going to be millions of people that are going to lose their healthcare coverage, or their healthcare coverage is going to go up astronomically. So Democrats are basically trying to make sure, like, hey, we'll continue and we'll play ball, but you can't take away all these people's capabilities, because you're basically restricting people from being able to have affordable health care. That's all it is. Because literally it's not for everybody, but when you say 22 million people, that's just 22 million people at this point. Because that's the biggest thing about this big, beautiful bill. They only tell you who it's going to affect right now, but they don't tell you the future events. They don't tell you how it's going to shut down the rest of the country. Because you got to remember, for a lot of these benefits, a lot of Medicare, Medicaid, all this stuff, you're going to get older. Right now, it's affecting 22 million people, because those are the people in that demographic as we speak. That's the part that they don't mention. It's the demographic of the people that are currently in that right there. Right there, that demographic is of 22 million. But you're going to get older. I'm going to get older. You may have kids. More people may have kids. And that's going to affect their care down the road. But that's the part that Republicans don't pay attention to, and that's the part that people don't actually have any point in mind to care for. Because the thing is you're basically telling me that right now you are making sure that you are going to make it difficult for a specific amount of people. So when you see the specific amount of people, you're going to take away their healthcare coverage, you're going to have their insurance costs go up, and everything is going to go up for people, but people don't understand that. People don't realize that your prices are going to go up. Not only is everything else going up, because the cost of everything right now is astronomical. Like, take it a couple of months back, we weren't paying for all this stuff. And then you still have people that are like, oh my God, prices are going to go down, gas is going to go down. And it's just like things that don't even get affected by the fucking president. But all the corporations raising all the prices, all the other vegetables going up, everything else that people weren't paying attention to is the highlight of the incompetence of these people. It was just like, you're worrying about specific things, but you're not worrying about how everything else is going to do. Because you're only worried about yourself. Since you're only worried about yourself, why don't you go fuck yourself and go somewhere else? See how simple that is? Because you're not concerned with what anybody else is going through. So why the fuck are you here trying to talk? If you ain't concerned with what people are doing or people are going through and the supposed answer to what? Y'all come up with the same shit. Y'all come up with the same nonsense. Y'all don't want to talk about your lack of accountability. The fact that the Republicans are trying to shut down the government. Y'all want to talk about anything else but that. Because anything that has to do with the blame, y'all just try to pass it on to somebody else for your inability to do anything or hold yourself accountable. Or even hold your own party accountable, which is the interesting part. Because the thing is the Republicans hold the House, the Senate, and the presidency. So how is it that you were able to pass the big beautiful bill with no fucking interjections of the fucking Democrats, but now all of a sudden you can't keep the government running? Ain't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? That you had no problem passing the big beautiful bill. You had no problem when it goes into taking away people's health care, giving people tax cuts, the rich people tax cuts. But you had no problem there. You even worked tirelessly over the weekend. People that didn't even want to work for that. But then all of a sudden when you tell the Republicans to vote on the Epstein list, they call it into recess. And they go into recess so that they don't vote. You tell them to get... They don't want to certify the Arizona legislator or representative that won in Arizona in a special election because they want to hold it off. Because what people don't understand is like, hey, if the government isn't operating, you can't vote on shit. Meaning the vote for the Epstein list to come out doesn't happen as long as this shutdown occurs. So it's like Republicans are trying every which way to cover their own ass, cover the people they're fucking sympathizing for, which is pedophiles, and then not helping the actual American people. Because I don't understand how it is that not getting pedophiles put in jail or being clarified is amazing to me. Because you have the ability to get rid of all these pedophiles because you can put them on blast. Meaning every state and every country will know this guy's a pedophile. This guy's trafficking kids. This guy's doing something illegal. But y'all rather just fucking stay quiet and not do anything. The thing about it is that yes, in the Senate you need 60 votes to pass a resolution. But when you don't want to talk to the other side and you want to lock the doors, did you hear about that? Because why would you lock the doors to Congress and not let people in the Congress to vote? Because the thing is you don't know anything either. You're one of the stupid ones that actually believes that it's the Democrats' fault. You're in charge. Republicans, weren't y'all winning? I thought Republicans were winning all the fucking time. That's crazy how Republicans have been winning. Y'all winning so much, but then y'all scared to do y'all jobs? Y'all been winning so much, but y'all can't get... I don't want to hear the excuse of anything else, because look how easy it is for y'all to stay and work overtime to make sure that the big beautiful bill got passed. So imagine the fact that you were able to make sure that you were going to give tax cuts to the rich, but then to make sure that the government actually continues to fucking work, y'all don't work as hard. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? That y'all work so diligently to make sure, oh shit, let's go and do this. We gotta make sure we pass this. We gotta make sure we pass the big beautiful bill. We gotta make sure we work overtime. Mind you, people that don't fucking work overtime, people that only work 170 days maximum a year, that get paid $174,000. You know what the funny part is? That Republicans don't even understand the fact that Congress is still gonna get paid while the government is shut down. So Republicans don't give a fuck about y'all. Republicans don't give a fuck about the people because they're still gonna get paid. Why the fuck are they gonna give a fuck about you? You gonna have to go to work. You gonna have to go to work regardless. You think Mike Johnson give a fuck? He gonna be sitting at his house, not giving a fuck if the government is shut down, and still getting paid. Mind you, that as Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson actually makes $194,000 a year. Because when you hold specific positions, you get paid a little more. So when you hold the top positions in there, you get paid more. So it's crazy. It's crazy that everybody now wants to blame the Democrats. It was just like the Democrats said, hey, our requirement for y'all to get our votes is to make sure that people's fucking healthcare doesn't become astronomical in pay. Which affects your dumbass Republicans. You're not the only ones that don't have health care. Everybody else don't got health care. Everybody else is getting stopped and blocked by fucking insurance companies. But what y'all want to do is y'all want to make the prices go up higher to make things more difficult. And it was just like the stupidity, like this is the ignorance and the stupidity of Republicans, right? That they always find a way to blame somebody else but themselves. Because you notice how when supposed illegals were getting all this funding and all this benefits, that they were never able to provide any legible proof? You were not able to provide any legible proof in any documentation, in any government report showing that all this money was going over there. So you mean to tell me the $45 billion that went to fucking ICE couldn't have gone to healthcare? Because that was part of the big beautiful bill, right? The one that you made sure to stay up late and fucking work over the weekend? Ain't that crazy? Working so damn hard. Because the thing is it's the fucking victim mentality of the Republican Party. That's what it is. Y'all victims. Y'all the biggest victims in this country. That's why this country doesn't move forward. Because y'all act like victims. Look, the Republicans are in charge. Who do they want to blame? Oh my God. The Democrats don't want to vote. They don't want to keep on with your crookedness. You notice how every Democrat wants to vote for the Epstein list, and you notice how Republicans don't? Damn, explain that. Explain that one. Because y'all want to say that it's both on both sides. Yeah, there's people on both sides on that list. But it's funny how every Democrat has voted to release the Epstein list, and not every Republican. So don't tell me that it's the Democrats trying to hide or they're trying to protect people when they want the list. But you got Mike Johnson here not certifying a special election because they don't want to get her there. Ain't that crazy? That's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting when you look at it that way, right? It was just like, man, imagine that you are so naive that the fact that you're realizing and you notice that your own party, the Republican Party, doesn't want to out all these pedophiles in government or in all the places. But then have the audacity to say it's the Democrats. The Democrats are doing it. The Democrats are doing it. But every single Democrat has voted to make it do that. Yet here you have all these victims. Because look at y'all, all y'all victims. What are y'all complaining about now? What are you crying about now? Oh, the Democrats is going to shut down the thing? No, that's the Republicans. Oh, prices have gone up? No, that's the Republicans. Oh, tariffs? That's the Republicans. Oh, ICE making sure that states are losing funding because of their stupid policies? Oh yeah, that's the Republicans. Please tell me what part of the Democratic Party has done anything through here since y'all won? How is it that you can't blame any Republican, yet y'all been winning since January 21st? Since January 21st, y'all been winning. So everything that has happened in this country has been led by the Republican Party since January 21st. So how the fuck are you so stupid and such a bootlicker and such a fucking cocksucker that you can't fucking realize that it's your party doing this? You gotta be some sort of stupid to not fucking understand that, huh? You gotta be real fucking stupid. You gotta be beyond stupid to not be like, oh my God, it's the Democrats. You dumb sons of bitches. Like you gotta be fucking stupid. Y'all won, didn't y'all? Y'all were the winning. We won. We stick it to the libs. Stick it to the. Wasn't all that bullshit y'all was talking about? Why ain't y'all sticking shit now? All y'all doing is sticking a dick up your ass that's being given to y'all by the Republicans, and y'all just eating it all up. All the way up these people's asses so far, and these people don't even give a fuck about you. Y'all been winning since January 21st. Since January 21st. It has been nothing but Republicans. Nothing but Republicans. Nothing but Republicans. What have y'all won? A closed border? Oh, the closed border. Which hasn't done shit for you because you haven't even made more money. Have you made more money? Have you gotten a raise? Have you gotten anything that has benefited you at all? Besides tariffs. No? That's interesting. That's interesting. Because the thing is when it comes to it, it's just like, y'all can't fucking figure anything out. What's up, Toothless? Show these people. Give him the face, bro. Give him the face. Just purr and give him the face. He don't even want to look at y'all. That's how he does. Look, he just rolled. Did y'all see how he cut his eyes up? He just, man, he looked at y'all like, man, y'all so fucking stupid that it's crazy. Even the cat don't even like y'all. Imagine that. A fucking cat just said, man, these people are fucking stupid. They supposedly been winning this whole time. Imagine winning this whole time but not being able to say shit. Imagine winning for this long and you still haven't been successful at anything. Damn, bro. You could have just asked. It was like, imagine that. Imagine that Republicans always think that they need to be included. That's what DEI was, you dumb fucks. Y'all think y'all need to be included in everything because y'all fucking victims. That was the whole part of the inclusion part. The same thing y'all didn't want. That's the same reason y'all ain't gonna be included in this year's fucking Super Bowl. It's gonna be a Spanish person. Spanish. Not white. He probably ain't even gonna try to sing all his songs in English to make sure y'all don't understand. Imagine that. What y'all gonna do? Boycott the NFL? Oh yeah, I remember. That's the same shit y'all said about Colin Kaepernick. And then y'all dumbasses were still rooting for the fucking football teams. Shut your bitch asses up, because all y'all do was fucking complain and do nothing. Yo soy dominicano, yo hablo español, yo no soy pendejo como ustedes, yo aprendí a hablar español primero y después hablé inglés, porque entendí que tuve que entenderlo. Entonces la gente no sabe eso y se pone de idiota y ¿sabe qué? What? ¿A dónde estoy? ¿Qué pasa? Oh my goodness, qué cosa. Bunch of pendejos que son. In translation, I just said I love y'all and I hope y'all the best. Just saying. That's what I said. Son pendejos. La cosa es que la gente no entiende. La gente no entiende, no me entienden y creen que saben lo que saben. Pero estos pendejos no saben nada. No saben nada, no saben español, no entienden nada. Son estúpidos, se quedan aquí de pendejos. Siempre que le quitamos esto, le quitamos lo otro. Coño, ponte a trabajar, ponte la pila. Isn't that what we say? Ponte la pila. It's the same thing as pull yourself up by the bootstraps is ponte la pila. Pónganse la pila, because y'all batteries is running low right now. Because y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't doing shit. All y'all do is complain. Pónganse la maldita pila. Aquí de pendejo cada... Esto y lo otro. Esto y lo otro. Esto y lo otro. A mí me quitaron el trabajo porque soy estúpido. Yo soy estúpido, esa es la cosa. Pero soy estúpido, pero no puedo decir que soy estúpido. Pero le voy a decir que son ellos. Él se va a trabajar, pero soy pendejo. Like, shut the fuck up already, man. Damn. And then the thing is then they always come back and it's just like, you notice how a lot of them tail off because it's like, yeah, your uncultured, uneducated ass doesn't even know how to do a fucking second language. And somehow I took your job. Or somehow Hispanics took your job. Mind you, Hispanics had to learn a separate language. You were born here. You were born here. You were raised here. And you still can't fucking read. And you got people that had to fucking learn. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that it's always Republicans that are always worried about what the fuck you doing instead of worried about themselves. Always have some sort of judgment. Always have some sort of fucking saying. Like, damn. Have you ever taken care of yourselves? Have you ever decided, you know what? Maybe I should shut the fuck up and pay attention to what I gotta do. Damn, that's a foreign thought to y'all, huh? That's a foreign thought to a lot of y'all fucking dumbasses. Mind your own fucking business. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody's cared about you. Your Republican Party don't even give a fuck about you. Your Republican Party's okay with you having less and them having more at the top. Yeah, you're the one that's working your ass off. Yeah, you're fucking dumb enough to fucking blame somebody else. Imagine the fact that, imagine if you would have shut the fuck up and take care of yourself, maybe you wouldn't be in the same fucking position you were in. Huh? That goes for all of y'all. I see a couple of people talking shit about being a veteran. I was just like, damn, bro. Your highlight was your time in the military, but then at the same time, still nobody gives a fuck about you. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? You probably used that to try to get some ass and failed. You're just like, I'm infantry. Bitch, nobody care. Nobody give a fuck what you did in the military. The fuck? That was your go-to? Oh, I served in the military. Ain't nobody give a fuck. You notice who don't really give a fuck? Republicans definitely don't give a fuck. Because that PACT Act that you probably used as the bitch ass that you are to try to get some more fucking benefits and to get some pay because you were complaining about it was blocked and didn't want to get paid by Republicans. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? My bad. I got excited and muted my mic. I cut my own mic. Maybe I wasn't supposed to say all that shit. Par de pendejo, coño. It's just man, maybe I wasn't supposed to hear that. Maybe I wasn't supposed to hear that. Maybe that was me and myself. I just like muted myself without knowing it. Just like, all right. Maybe I did that just. That was my own like intuition, like maybe I shouldn't have said that. They were just like, nah, that was me. That wasn't them. TikTok already tried censoring me. I don't give a fuck. If y'all don't know, I'm on YouTube also. So if y'all see me here and my shit gets cut off, you can go to my link bio there. The second link on there. The first one is my veteran wear project, which is where I help veterans out all the time with disabilities, entitlements, education, job, whatever it is. I do that for free. And then on the second link is the Just Cruz one, where just in case TikTok decides to fucking act the fool, they have that one. That account is kind of small, so it doesn't have much. I got maybe like 30 something subscribers on this one. On the veteran awareness one, I'm closing in on. I have like 6,000. So. Let's highlight this guy. Let's highlight this guy. Hey, look, a person that puts war in their name and they probably didn't amount to shit. Look, give him a round of applause, y'all. Everybody. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Because if you educated enough, you would understand that everything I fucking said has actually been factual. But the thing is you're so far up somebody else's ass that you don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Imagine that. Imagine that you thought you was going to cook with that shit. It was just like, oh yeah, now it's a song. Now you notice how, especially when you call these bitch ass people out, they always got an excuse. Pendejo, that's what you are. A fucking pendejo. Mamá huevo, eso es lo que tú eres. Mamá huevo, que la máquina viene a mamarme el huevo a mí y te cojona porque no te dejo. Esa es la cosa. Ustedes son todos mamá huevo, nada más se la pasan de rodillas, hablándole a otro, mamándole al otro. Mámese usted mismo y no esté jodiendo tanto, coño. Ustedes son mamá huevo toditos. Like, God damn, bro. It was just like, damn. Imagine asking me to educate myself with a bachelor's and master's degree. Ain't that crazy? I guess since education is a scam, but then somehow you don't know how civics works. Education is a scam, but I had to explain to you what fucking tariffs were. Education is a scam, and it took you this long to realize that the tariffs are paid by your dumb ass. But then education is flawed, right? Now, come on, man. Y'all been complaining about all this shit. Oh my God. The kids are being taught to be woke. The kids are being taught to be woke. You notice how every state that has supposed woke teachers has a higher education ranking than everyone that has the complaints about not being woke? He's still here? you notice how it was just like, damn, it was just like, you must be a Charlie Kirk fanatic too, huh? Another grifter? That's what you are? You have to go to certain places that the only places that listen to you to go talk? That's the only place? Because you're trying to get educated? Well, the fact that you thought that you would go on TikTok to go get educated shows you already stupid enough that you ain't gonna make it anywhere in life. Because you thought TikTok was the place you were gonna get educated at. That's already a losing thought process, bro. You thought you was gonna be fucking smart and you came to TikTok. You notice how they you notice that that's what it is. It's always a change of anything, change of everything. They always change the topic when you start calling them out. I was just like, because he's cool. Look, guys, he's such a winner that all he does is play guitar. Wow. Cool guy, you're so cool. Oh, look at his first video. It's him playing Army. Wow. So hardcore. So hardcore. Oh my God. You must be one of those that's gonna fucking go and stick it to the libs, right? Oh no, you're one of the ones that wanted to start a civil war, right? That's what I'm assuming. That's where I probably recognize your dumbass from. Oh, the one that wanted to start a civil war against his own people, yet served in the military. Isn't that fucking interesting and ignorant? Isn't that ignorant? I'm gonna start a fucking civil war against my own people. Damn, that's a great fucking oath you made sure to fucking follow. Here, being a fucking dick swallower. Like, go suck on a dick, bro. Shut the fuck up. Like, damn, bro. Like, these dudes, it's always some dude that it's, why is it that it's always a white dude that has to come in here because he's fragile and wants to try to one-up me when nobody gives a fuck about him? Why is that? They always got to try to explain. They always got to try to explain. Oh, this is what I do. This is what I do. I'm going to ask these questions and I'm going to try to make bro look foolish, but then I'm going to make myself look foolish. It was just like, you ain't got nothing to prove when you still a bitch, bro. Like, damn. It's just like, some of y'all just need attention. It was just like, it's always the same people that be like, you need to fix yourself. Like, bro, you think I do this and I do this all the time because I'm not good? That's the problem with y'all fucking people. Y'all don't know what good is. Y'all think that everybody that's rich is just a person that's fucking on a billionaire's fucking list. That's y'all problem. Y'all see somebody and think, oh my God, I'm doing better than them. No, bro, you not. Because if you comparing yourself to me, you already ain't winning, bro. You already a setback. You thinking you gotta try to make yourself bigger than somebody else shows you ain't shit. I don't gotta prove it to y'all. You come in talking shit, I'm just reciprocating your little dick energy. That's it. But I don't got a little dick. That's why I talk the way I do. That's why I don't pay attention to y'all. All of y'all with y'all fucking what? Y'all lifted trucks because you needed a lifted truck because your manhood was so small. You needed to fucking make sure. Look, I gotta make sure I show people that I have my fucking Second Amendment right because I got a little dick and that's the only thing I can do because I can't actually fight anybody. Come on, bro. It's your personality. It was your personality in the military because you were infantry. They made you think you was hot shit, but you were one of the stupidest people in the fucking military. Motherfuckers be mad at the federal, just like, oh my God, I'm so tough. That was just like, bro, they told you were tough because they needed you to get shot in case you did get shot. Let's be serious about it. Let's fucking be serious about it. They don't train you to be infantry to think, do they? That's the last thing they want you to do. That's crazy, huh? You big and bad because you too stupid to actually educate yourself that you were the fucking fodder. Yo. And then they get mad. And then they get mad and want to talk about you fucking pogue. You want to pogue. You want to be a pogue. You want to be a pogue. It was just like, that's the first thing y'all gotta say, but nobody gives a fuck about the fact that you in the infantry. Ask anybody in this chat right now if they gave a fuck if you were infantry or not. No, they just realized you were stupid because you opened your mouth and wanted to be ignorant as soon as you came in. That shit had nothing to do with your military time. That was you as a person. That's you as a person being a piece of shit. Because you came in here deciding, oh, I'm going to talk shit because I think I'm fucking big and bad. I'm a fucking Republican that doesn't know how the fucking government works because you're a fucking kiss ass and a fucking dumbass that was told to do everything. Why do you think most of the infantry cats always vote Republican? Because they were too dumb to fucking think for themselves. It's easy to fucking tell you to think something because that's all you're used to. That's what you were institutionalized to do. Hey, go bound. What did you do? Oh shit. You didn't ask no questions. The same way when this fucking government tells you, hey, the Democrats are doing something. What do? Get on your knees and start sucking dick. Shut up, bro. That's the problem with y'all. A lot of y'all fucking thought y'all were tough in the infantry because all y'all had to compete with was dumbass fucking people around you. Imagine that. Imagine that you in the fucking infantry, but haven't been able to been successful at anything else in life, but just having a weapon around you. Ain't that crazy? You have to make it your whole mantra. You had to make it your whole thought process. Your whole thought process was, I'm in the military. I get to shoot weapons. I get to shoot. Like, come on, bro. That's your fucking glory days? That was your glory days. That's what you want to go and talk to somebody else about. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was just like, nah, I'm a fucking military veteran. I fucking deployed also. I was on QRF fucking 24 hours a day, 24 off, 24 on. But you don't hear me gloating about it. You don't hear me talking about it. You don't hear me talking shit about somebody else that still decided to do what many people don't. But here you are big and bad because you served in a certain thing or you did something. But here you are, probably got med-boarded, talk about I got retired. You probably got med-boarded, dude, because you don't look old enough to fucking retire. So you were too bitch enough to actually make it through and you decided to get med-boarded. Tough guy, huh? You're the tough one. That you didn't stick it through? Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. Got it. It's okay. I was just like, it was like most of them only sign up for, like, look, I got love for all fucking veterans, but when you want to be a piece of shit, if you're a piece of shit out of the military, you're a piece of shit in it. There's no distinguishing, there's no differentiating that. If you were a piece of shit that thought you was better than everybody while in, you still the same piece of shit when you got out. So don't tell me you fucking all big and bad, because the thing is you were tough on the inside. You ain't tough on the outside. You were tough against the people you were around that were probably bitches too, that thought, hey, if I go infantry, I'll act tough and look tough. They might actually square me the fuck away and make me look like I'm actually doing something. Like, come on, bro. And then you Republican too? Imagine being a Republican right now as a service member or as a veteran, and then still filing for disability claims and still filing for entitlements and still using all that shit, even though the Republicans didn't want to give it to you. Imagine being that stupid. Imagine being that stupid. Imagine filing for the PACT Act because, you know, you were in the burn pits, because you were there stirring all that shit. But then when you look at the PACT Act voting, every Democrat fucking voted positively for it, for the PACT Act to get enacted. And then you had 22 out of all the rest of the Republicans that voted thing. Yeah. See, now they mad because, I must have hit a nerve, huh? Must have hit a nerve how stupid they are, huh? Imagine that. I must have hit a nerve. They ain't got nothing to say now. Now they just want to yap. Oh, you ain't got nothing to say? You got awfully quiet, huh? Got awfully quiet. Ain't got shit to say when you call them out. It's not about bringing no fucking. It's just about being fucking real as shit and just telling people how it fucking is. Because these people are full of shit. Republicans are full of shit. If you're a veteran and you're a Republican, you're full of shit. If you decided to vote Republican and you decided to file any disability claim after fucking what? August 9th of 2022 was when the PACT Act was enacted, which you can ask most Republicans and they won't even tell you when the shit was enacted. They can't even tell you who fucking made the bill. But they can recite Charlie Kirk's fucking racist ass. But the shit that they're using, that they're taking benefits from, they're quiet. The same ones that'll be like, oh my God, the VA fucking sucks. Yet you voted for Republicans that want to keep shit low. They want to keep firing people. See, and that's the thing. Is just like the thing is that you got to realize a lot of these pendejos are just fucking. That was their glory time. That was their glory days. The military was the only time where they actually felt included in anything. Trust me, I know. You don't have that camaraderie anymore. No veteran does. you don't have that platoon that you can just hang out with and party with. Now you're just a lonely piece of shit that wants to act tough and talk shit against other people. You know what's funny to me? It's funny to me that a lot of these infantry cats are the ones that want to talk all this shit, but then still got beat out by females that became Rangers. Ain't that wild? That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, let's continue. Let's continue to be Republican. Imagine being Republican right now and being okay with the thought that your active duty brothers and sisters aren't gonna get paid. That's crazy. That's crazy. Now you served in the military, but you're okay with a government shutdown. That's crazy. And here we are. Here we are. Here we are as Republicans, okay with your brothers in arms not getting paid because they want to shut down the government because they don't want to make sure to put back the fucking health care that they're trying to take away from people. That's crazy. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Crazy. Congress still gets paid. Veterans don't get paid. Government gets shut down. The Epstein list can't be fucking brought out. Damn, and you still here like... Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Republicans have fucking run away from any fucking sort of accountability. Like, damn, you won, didn't you? Y'all won. Y'all been winning. How is it that y'all been winning and y'all been able to pass all the shit that y'all been passing, but somehow can't pass a fucking budget now? Imagine this. Imagine that the Republicans are in charge, but they were able to work overnight and longer hours to make sure the big beautiful bill was fucking passed and created, but they can't have the time to fucking work late to fucking make sure that the fucking budget appropriations are done correctly. Imagine being that ignorant. Imagine being that ignorant. Imagine being that ignorant and then voting with the party that votes with the KKK. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Crazy. That's why I wonder about some of y'all. Some of y'all are just so, like, some of y'all have been on your knees for so fucking long that it's just like astounding. Like, damn, how do you survive? Have you gone up for air? Because you gotta be choking with this shit, damn. Like, it was just like, damn. Imagine the fact that Mike Johnson put this shit into recess. And if y'all don't know, that was Jay-Z just basically giving the United States a big fuck you, because remember last year who they have, Kendrick Lamar, which made sure to say they not like us, and he wasn't only talking about Drake. And then this year you go with Bad Bunny, but you know all these Republicans is gonna be like, we're gonna boycott the NFL. We're gonna boycott the fucking Super Bowl. We're not gonna watch this. This is terrible. We're not gonna do this. Shut your bitch asses up. Y'all said the same thing about Colin Kaepernick, and then y'all were slobbing on the knob of your football team. He was kneeling. Y'all was still there. Y'all bitched and complained about Kendrick Lamar last year, talking about y'all were gonna boycott the NFL, and still your dumb ass is there. That's why nobody listens to MAGA, because y'all just fucking full of shit. That's all y'all are, MAGA, full of shit. Y'all talk a good fucking mess and nobody pays attention to you because we know you're full of shit. Remember the Civil War talk? You know how quiet that shit got afterwards? That Civil War ended real fast. Imagine talking about a Civil War and you fought yourself and lost. And then still have the audacity to act tough. Like, bro, nobody listens to y'all. Y'all just want to be tough guys that want to get attention because y'all think that's going to make y'all get laid or something. Or maybe that's what y'all gay dudes try to do. Because a lot of y'all just gay. Just face it. Just be honest. The LGBTQ plus community, I love them. They all welcome his shit. One of my moderators is gay. Great fucking guy. But you know what? He's not ashamed of it. He's proud of it. Unlike a lot of y'all bitches that too fucking scared to fucking say anything. Y'all want to fucking boycott and do this and do that. We already know you full of shit. Y'all always say one dumbass shit and then it never fucking happens. Y'all don't go through with it. Like, damn. Like, why is it that y'all always... Y'all always... La misma pendejada, siempre. Siempre de mamahuevo, siempre de pendejo. No entienden, se ponen a hablar mierda y después no entienden más y después se ponen a mamar más huevo y después se quedan ahí y la gente no entiende lo que están haciendo y después, oh my God. Solo latino, me están quitando el trabajo. No, we're actually the ones working. That's the difference. Hispanics and people of color are the ones working. That's why you're rounding people up at their jobs. It doesn't fucking change. Doesn't fucking change. Y'all bitch and complain about everybody else not doing something or somebody else doing something better than you. Y'all love the victim mentality. That's why Charlie Kirk was so fucking... That's why he gravitated towards y'all so much. That's what it was. That's why y'all gravitated towards Charlie Kirk so much. Because Charlie Kirk made to emphasize that you were a victim. He emphasized on it. He played on it. He grifted off of you because you were too stupid to acknowledge he was playing you for a fucking fool. You were listening to a dude that never finished college talk about, oh, college is a scam. Imagine being, see, this is how I know you stupid. Imagine making a statement like this, like January 6th didn't happen. Must be that selective dick sucking you want to do, huh? That's what it is? That's what it is. Is that selective dick sucking you want to suck dick on whatever chance you think is going to make sense for you? Got it. Got it. You make that statement, but then forget that January 6th was done by nothing but MAGA hats. Oh, also, and the FBI that was put in by MAGA. Because it was still Donald Trump's administration. Ain't that crazy? Imagine, yeah, oh. Don't forget it. Yeah, don't forget about that part that y'all were calling out. Y'all were calling out to go after the vice president of the United States. So y'all were making threats and actually had a noose outside. When's the last time we seen Democrats go into shit? The funny thing is like, Melissa Hortman. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about how the Department of Justice, which is run by the Trump administration, which just happens to be Republican, decided to take down the information and the website that clearly showed the analytics of how Republican extremism is the more violent of the group. But we're not going to talk about that. You know why? Because we're not educated enough to read. We're not educated enough to read. We're just going to keep swallowing these nuts that these Republicans keep throwing in your mouths, huh? Y'all just love doing that. Y'all just love swallowing, huh? It makes sense that y'all side with Nick Fuentes and them, because Nick Fuentes is funny that y'all fucking sympathize for him too, and he's gay. The crazier thing is that you have Nick Fuentes, which is a gay Mexican, leading your cause. Yo. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You didn't know Nick was gay? Yeah, Nick Fuentes is gay. Y'all know that Destiny cat? The Democratic dude that was always, debating all these people and shit like that. Yeah, they were caught fucking. But they don't want to put that out there because then that makes away like you don't y'all don't notice that. Bro, he hates women. He's so against women. He'd rather have a man than a woman. That's why I start questioning some of these people in office. Because most of these people, like the people is like, oh my God, we can't stand the LGBTQ plus community. This and that. And I'm just like, and those are the same ones that are always in those parties, always on Grindr. They don't like hearing that. They definitely don't like hearing that shit because it's the fucking truth. Because they don't like being called out. They so ashamed of themselves and so scared at the backlash that they're gonna get for coming out. When if they just were man enough, they would just do it. But they would rather portray their hate. They would rather push down on these people to basically make them seem like, oh, these are the worst of the worst. But the fact is that you just ain't included. And that's what it is with MAGA. When they're not included, they just lash out against other people because nobody else gives a fuck about them. The LGBTQ plus community is some of the best friends you can have because these people don't give a fuck. They understand what's being judged for their sexual preference. They don't judge because they understand. They understand the hardship of not being liked for a specific reason. But white people don't understand that. Y'all white racists don't understand that. Y'all get mad if people be like, oh, we don't like racist. I wonder fucking why. It's just like these people don't care. Anybody, the crazy thing about what's going on is that everybody that has gone through the fucking toughness of trying to fucking educate and learn and get better in this country has gone through hardship to do it. Because this country was not built for anybody of color. This country wasn't built for anybody that wasn't of money. The problem is that you have all these racists that want to blame people of color when they're insufficient enough to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. So the thing is if Hispanics ain't pulling you up by the bootstraps, who the fuck is gonna pull you up by the bootstraps if you ain't doing it? Because you complaining about somebody else, right? Now they getting rid of somebody else. Because now y'all make sure to go after everybody, because they're legal, this and that, whatever the case may be. Yet you still broke. Yet you still haven't advanced in your job. Yet you still haven't been successful. But imagine still being able to blame somebody else because you still a piece of shit. That's wild. That's wild. That's crazy thinking. You haven't been successful with all the fucking ability that you had, but somebody with less, somebody that you were already discriminating upon, still outperformed you. That says a lot about your piece of shit ass. That's the part that y'all don't want to admit. That's why it's so hard for these people to have accountability. Because when you call them out for their inadequacies, for the inconsistencies, for their ignorance, for the stupidity, for their fucking racism, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, no, stop. Don't say that. Don't say that. You're hurting my... Shut your bitch ass up. Pull yourself up out of... Ponte la pila. Pónganse la pila. Imagine if they actually put as much energy from their hate and their lack of fucking education to educate themselves and actually do what they had to do. Imagine what Charlie Kirk would have been able to accomplish if he was actually telling people to go educate themselves. Not trying to keep them stupid. Charlie Kirk could have reached all these people, but you know why? You know why he wasn't successful? At the other part, because nobody would have invested in him. Because he wanted to make sure you dumb Republicans stay fucking stupid. Charlie Kirk could have helped educate all of y'all. But y'all were too fucking ignorant. Why exactly? As money. He just wanted to make money off of y'all because y'all were too fucking stupid to actually educate yourself that he was fucking grifting y'all. Imagine y'all the people that get conned so fucking easily by the people that have been known to be con men. It is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all keep getting conned, and then what the thing is, instead of blaming yourself for being conned, instead of blaming yourself for being stupid, instead of blaming yourself for being taken advantage of, you want to blame anybody but your fucking self. That's an accountability problem, which the Republican Party has always had an issue with. Look at fucking Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk, when did Charlie Kirk take a responsibility for anything he fucking said? Charlie Kirk could have showed you how the fucking system has been against people. He could have been educating people. He could have been telling y'all what the system has been doing, because he himself saw what the system was doing, but he tried to play the victim. He tried to make it seem like DEI was the fucking bad part. DEI was what made shit difficult for white people. No, your inadequacies is what made it. If you already have slotted people, imagine telling people that college is a scam, but you never completed it. I can say college is a scam. I completed my bachelor's and my master's. I think I would have more viability after learning all this stuff to know, oh shit, damn, I really did waste my money. But you know what it taught me? It taught me more about civics. It taught me the inner workings of how policies work. It taught me, this is how federalism works, where you have the federal government and you have the state government. You never completed a whole year of fucking college, but somehow it was a scam to you. So you decided, and that's the thing, that's why it's funny to talk about the dude, because the thing is if he would have actually learned how to do proper research, he would have learned that every talking point he had was one-sided to his side, but had many factors and other things. That's why the man never stayed on topic when he was being wrong, because he only went to his specific talking points. The same thing every MAGA content creator does. They always want to specify and pick a specific that they can be good at, but then they go into broader ranges, and when people are actually educated, it's like, no, we're talking about this. We're not going to answer this question. We're going to bring this part into it. And that's what he always did if you notice his debates. But if you were too stupid to realize that, you wouldn't even acknowledge that yourself. Oh yeah, they gone. You know Vegas. Come on, bro. You already know when I start making too much sense, they don't come in here talking their yap. Because they ain't got shit to fucking say to me. You're not gonna fucking go against somebody that's actually educated when you ignorant, racist, and stupid. I'm sorry. You can try. You can try. But you're not gonna be successful. Because that's the whole point of going to school. It teaches you how to do research. It teaches you how to identify things. It actually teaches you how to read fucking data. Data, however the fuck you want to say it. It teaches you how to do that. What's up, D? It was like, that's what it does. It teaches you how to educate yourself and how to debate and have discussions on things, knowing that not everybody is going to agree on stuff, but you have to see all the outlying factors that make it fucking interesting. See, and then you have these people. Then you got statements like this, right? But this will be the same person that when somebody of color is being discriminated stays awfully quiet. When somebody of color is being discriminated upon, he ain't got shit to say. Then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, pull yourself by the bootstraps. No, bro, that works the same way. You still fucking part of this country. So if you still a piece of shit, you still haven't been successful, that's still on you. I'm not discriminating upon you. I'm letting you know you're a piece of shit. I'm letting you know you uneducated. I'm letting you know that you keep complaining about somebody else doing better than you because you haven't amounted to anything. Oh, shit. Doesn't this sound about right? Doesn't that sound about right? That's the get out of jail free card. But that's not the context. Like, bro, you've been talking in my chat. You don't think I see it? Damn, you gotta be fucking stupid. Like, how dumb you gotta... Are you fucking serious? Yo, I don't know if these people actually know how technology works at times. This is just like, that's crazy. You come in here, you start talking shit to somebody else in my chat. Like I don't have a full fucking screen showing me the whole chat. Like I don't read the shit. I read the shit. I just choose to skip over your stupidity. But when you make statements like that, I gotta make sure to put them out there so that people can see. Because you still here. I was like, you still here as a troll and haven't even been successful at it. It's bad when I don't even gotta roast you in the fucking... when the chat has to roast you and I don't even gotta waste time on you. That's crazy. That's crazy. When the chat decides, nah, bro, Cruz, keep talking your shit. We got this one. Y'all be making... I be having too much fun with this shit. Man, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's just like, yo. or like the other dude. Remember the last time I turned the dude tried to say I was insulting him? I was insulting him, not insulting. Insulting, like INSALT. I was insulting him. I guess because I was cooking him. I don't know. I'm just... I'm just here. I'm just here. I was just like, I was seasoning them while I was roasting them, I guess. I don't fucking know. It's just like, it's just like, the stupidity of these people is just fucking crazy to me. Because the thing is just like, and you still voted this way. It was like, these people be, like, that's what I don't understand. Why is it that they're so mad at the fact that other people are doing better? It's not even just people of color, because other white people do better than them. But the thing is their talking point don't make sense when they start blaming other white people for their inadequacies. Because the thing is most of the people grow up in the same community. But they don't complain about the same white person that has the same upbringing, same environment and all that being better than them, but then they have to blame somebody from a whole different state. Like, imagine that you're so unsuccessful that your problems are caused because of California and New York. Imagine being that unsuccessful. That you had to fucking blame a whole other state for your inability to fucking be successful. That's a whole nother level of, I don't even know what the fuck, what would you call that? What would you even call that? The inability for somebody to fucking accept the fact that they're blaming somebody across the country instead of blaming themselves for not being able to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Oh no, did you know that McGraw-Hill was actually owned by Ghislaine Maxwell's father? Look that part up. Y'all know I don't talk no bullshit. Y'all know I don't talk no bullshit. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Because like these people have no accountability. They have no accountability. No accountability for anything. The same people that's always like, oh, I need a source. I need the proof. You need to know how to read in order to actually read the proof. Because shit, they even showed you pictures of Donald Trump with Epstein, but somehow y'all don't know him. They were best buddies, but somehow they don't know anything. It was just like, look, put it like this. It's like Donald Trump and the administration has been lying so fucking much that the Epstein estate said, yo, we know we bad, but we ain't do this shit alone. That's how you know this administration is so full of shit. That the Epstein estate said, hold up, here's my fucking birthday book. Here's my birthday book. These people are talking so much shit on me. I'ma just expose all of them. Like, you know how crazy that is? That the Epstein estate said, we had enough of y'all bullshit. It was just like, we were part of this, but we weren't the worst part of it. You know what that is? Talk about there's no proof. I still say they were fucking. That's just me, though. That's why I think they want to hold that shit back. Because they were fucking. If those two were fucking, MAGA would fucking implode if they found out. MAGA would fucking implode. Implode. Ain't nobody writing a fucking birthday card to another grown-ass man. You just don't do that. I'm sorry. You just don't. That just doesn't happen. Ask another grown-ass man that said that. Ask another grown-ass man that took the time to write a handwritten note to another man on his birthday. And the only person that said that, especially if you don't know him very well, nah, y'all fucking, I don't like that shit. That's what I'm starting to think that's the reason why they don't want this shit out. It's not because all the things, they gonna be exposing all these people. And then that shit is, imagine how much this fucking administration would fucking crumble. Talk about this dude's gay. Yo, Mac. Y'all remember that fucking Dave Chappelle skit? Y'all remember that Dave Chappelle skit? When he was in front of the whole racist community? And then they took the hood off of him and all their heads started exploding? That's exactly what the fuck would happen if that shit would have come out. Clayton Bigsby to the fucking fullest. It's just like, these people lose their fucking minds. Imagine. Man. These people are all questionable to me. I'm starting to find them all questionable. Because the thing is for you to hate the LGBTQ plus community is because you're not welcome in it. That's the only reason you would hate these people. The same way racists are against black people. Because they don't think they'll be accepted by black people. That's what it is. They don't think they would be included. I just think he thought $20 is 20. Sorry, no. It was like, no, the LGBTQ plus community welcomes everybody. I'm from New York City. There's the Village in New York City. I'm part of downtown Manhattan. And if you've ever gone to a fucking pride parade, this is the happiest you will ever see fucking people. Smiling, having a good time, accepting people, not giving a fuck who you are, what you wearing, what you look like. Just having pride in themselves. They don't go out talking hate towards anybody else. They don't go saying they dislike any other group. They just happy with themselves. And that's the problem with a lot of these racists. They're not happy with themselves. They want to have this fucking I'm a superior complex. Bitch, then why are you scared? I'm just asking. Because if you're supposedly so superior, why are you scared? It's just like that's how you know it's easy to teach these uneducated people anything, because the thing is anything that gets taught to them that sounds good and is new makes sense to them. Mir, this is the same thing I say about this. This is the same way when I have any MAGA come in here and try to call me a beta male. I was just like, no alpha has to say he's an alpha. No real man has to say they're a real man. Which alpha you know go around telling other males, oh, you're a beta? Which alpha you ever seen do that? they gotta lie to themselves because they've been lied to their whole lives. So they just figure, shit, if everybody else lied to me, I might as well lie to myself. And it's always, you know what I always find funny? That it's always the ones that are just like 110 pounds wet that they be like, I'm superior. Bitch, if the wind don't fucking blow you the fuck away from my face, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? There's always those, bro. Like, come on. There's always these dudes. Like, it's not even like he looks like a linebacker. It's some dude that looks like he's on fucking drugs and he's fucking like, oh my gosh, I'm the superior race. Like, bro, if you don't get your ass into rehab and get the fuck out of my face with your nonsense, get the fuck out of here. Like, golly. Miller's a prime example. It was just like when you have so much hate towards any other group of people because you're inferior. Like they said, a lion don't concern himself with sheep. A lion don't concern himself with sheep. A lion don't even concern himself with anything unless it's another fucking lion that's a fucking male and he knows it's, this dude another alpha. I'm gonna have to fight this dude. This dude gonna try to take my pride. I'm gonna have to throw hands. Otherwise, that motherfucker just sit there and what does that lion do? Why is it every time you see a lion, this motherfucker just chilling like this? Like, bro, I'm tired. Like, come on, bro. Motherfucking lions is tired. They ain't fucking concerned with somebody who's like, oh my god, look, he's a beta lion. Said no lying ever. Motherfuckers is always posing. Every lion always ready for a fucking picture. These motherfuckers was meant for National Geographic. Like, look, I ain't got shit to do today. I'm gonna look good for these people. You want my side profile? Which side look best? Left or right? Motherfuckers ain't concerned with these people. That's the same thing with everybody else in this country. We are not concerned with your inadequacies. You notice how people in California and fucking New York don't complain that fucking Nebraska ain't doing shit? You notice how you never hear anybody from New York be like, damn, fucking Kansas is fucking up my bills. Never. You've never heard that. You've never heard a Democratic state say, damn, these Republicans is fucking up my check. Yes, I do think it's jealousy. It's a lot of jealousy. It's definitely a lot of jealousy. With a lot of these racists and these bigots, it's jealousy. That's the main component out of all of this. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Because the thing is jealousy breeds in people that don't want to amount to anything but want to complain about everything. Because the thing is if I look at you and you got a fucking 4-bedroom house with a driveway and all this shit, I'm gonna be mad if I'm living in a fucking trailer park. I'm gonna be jealous as fuck. Because I bet you know what? When we know we do it, we make sure it's just like, hey, look, I work my ass off. I'm gonna show this bitch off. See this nice ass house? I pay for this shit. We know we gonna fucking do that. We gonna be like, yo, see that nice shit? You see that nice car? I pay for that. They be mad as fuck. They be mad as fuck. That's all it is. They mad as fuck because you got something that they don't have. They think that it's not attainable because they don't know what they have to do to work hard and actually bust their ass to get there. So they get mad and say, oh, must be nice. Like all the people, like when the people tell me like, oh, you get your disability payments, must be nice. I was like, bitch, the recruiting office was open for you too. You think I'm happy I'm disabled? You think I'm happy I can't fucking work out like I used to? You think I'm happy I got PTSD? You think I'm happy I got anxiety? You think I'm happy about that shit? No, ain't nobody fucking happy about that shit. But what did I keep on doing? I kept on working. Kept on working to be able to stream the way I do. Kept on working to buy a house. I kept on doing that, and I kept on working. I didn't complain. I didn't say, well, fucking Nebraska has land. You know what I did? I worked hard enough so that I can go buy a house with land. I didn't complain about somebody else having it. I made sure to work as hard or harder to make sure I could get to it. But I wasn't jealous of somebody else. I wasn't mad at the fact. Because that's the thing. If you notice, all these states that complain about California and New York is states that don't have the resources and the fucking stuff and benefits that these states have. That's why it has to be jealousy. Exactly, Kobe. This is it right here. They don't want equal rights, but then all the rights that were created were for them. And they're mad at everybody else getting the rights that they had an advantage of, because now it shows that they're pieces of shit. That's all it is. It was like they complain about everything because they're jealous of the fact that they don't understand shit. They don't understand. Look, imagine, why do you think they were so mad at everybody when they said, hey, tariffs are paid by the corporations? They ate that shit up. They were mad at everybody else because they were jealous of the fact that they didn't understand the fucking concept of it. These people don't know economics. You think when the fucking stock market crashes or dips or anything, these people give a fuck? No. They don't invest. They don't have any investments. They don't know what the stock market does. They just go off of, well, this isn't doing good because Donald Trump told me it wasn't doing good. No, it's not even when they order them from China. The fact that you're so American and patriotic, yet you still buy them from China. You're so American and patriotic that you can look at the back of your shirt and your shirt don't say made in the USA. Can't be that fucking patriotic if you ain't buying shit that's American. Because isn't that the whole point of the tariffs? To make sure you buying American? So even with all these fucking tariffs, you still ain't purchasing anything American. So exactly what the fuck are you doing? Because I'm a patriot. Because I'm a patriot. Let me deport all these people. Damn. I wonder where my shirt is from. Oh shit, from one of the countries I just deported. Ain't that a bitch? Everything in everybody's house is not made in the fucking U.S. Bro, you can probably count 10 things that's in your house that was actually made in the U.S. 10. Probably maximum 10. You lucky if you can get that far. But you want to blame everybody else. It's like, that's just like that's the crazy part about it. So it is jealousy. They're jealous at the fact that they can't achieve the things that other people have. But they take their jealousy and they point it in the wrong direction. Because they point it against other people that are going through the same struggle that they are and have been better successful. Because they've learned, you know what? Gotta do this a better way. I was just like, because I realized that. I was just like, you know what? I was just like, I grew up and my parents were working their fucking asses off. They whole fucking lives. They retired now. They enjoying life. But I was just like, you know what? I don't want to get to that same point where I have to work my whole life to do it. I made sure to educate myself. I made sure to learn. I went to school. I started learning the intricacies of how the stock market works. I started learning the intricacies of what's going on. Yeah, being in the military, being a service member, getting disability checks, and these people being mad at the fact that you get to fucking stay home and still get paid angers the fuck out of them. That shit angers the fuck out of them. When they know that you served this country, but you're getting paid for all the fucking shit that you went through, sacrificed, lost, still fucking jealous as shit. Because that's what you call jealousy. Exactly, Colby. That's the main thing. It's like they're jealous of the fact that you did that. It was just like people fucking served this country to serve this fucking country. It was just like, what happened afterwards? Yeah, we get disability pay. Why? Because we got fucked up. Ain't none of these people complaining about fucking carrying fucking 100 pounds on their back with a fucking 20-pound weapon within a fucking ammo can at the same time. And doing it for 12 miles at a time. I agree, El, but that's the thing. Most people don't understand that. Most people don't understand the sacrifices that the service members make. Because the thing is, it's not portrayed the way it's supposed to. It was just like, imagine, this is what I tell people. The people that are mad at the people in the military and stuff like that, I just like to ask them, how many birthdays did you ever miss? How many anniversaries were you missing? How many family funerals were you not able to go to? How many childbirths were you not around for? That's all I like to ask people. That's all I like to ask. That's all I like to ask people. It was like, now try to tell me as a veteran what I gave up and what I missed. And you mad at the fact that I sacrificed that for your bitch ass to be able to say what you gotta say. And I'm supposed to just accept you downplaying serving. Nah. Fuck that. I'm not gonna allow another fucking veteran to downplay another veteran for the same fucking shit because they might have deployed the same shit. I was just like, bro, we went all through the shit. We missed birthdays, anniversaries, we missed all sorts of shit. And we were willing to sacrifice our lives for this fucking country. Because if we got deployed, which a lot of us did, there was no saying that you were automatically coming back. So I don't want to. That's why I don't want to hear. That's why I'm always. I always talk shit to veterans that always want to downplay another veteran. Because you don't know what that veteran went through. You don't know what that veteran missed. You don't know what that veteran experienced. So for you to try to downplay another person that could have gone through the same situation you did or worse, you're a piece of shit as a veteran that way. I don't support any veteran that talks and down talks to another veteran because they think, oh, I was infantry. I don't give a fuck what you were, bro. You weren't the only one that deployed. You weren't the only one that did this. You weren't the only one that sacrificed. You weren't the only one that missed out on shit. You weren't the only one that missed out on your kids growing up. You weren't the one that missed on your kid, the only one that missed your kid's first fucking steps. Those are things you never fucking get back. Your kid's graduation, you don't get that back. You don't get to rewind time. You don't get to throw your kids back into the same grade to watch them graduate again. Those are things that people sacrifice. But then some pieces of shit think that, oh, because I'm in this or I'm in that. I don't give a fuck what you did. I'm proud of you because you served in the military. That I'm proud of. I'm proud of every single service member, whether you're a piece of shit or not. I'm proud of you because you decided to join. But that's where it ends. Because if you downplaying anybody else's fucking capabilities and what they did, you're a piece of shit. That's it. That's all it is. It's just like some people don't want to hear that, but you got to be real with certain people. I don't give a fuck about what people got to say about me. I don't give a shit. You think that these trolls come in here and I give a fuck? No, I don't give a fuck. You ain't pay for my bills. You ain't served the country like I did. You ain't buy none of the shit I bought. You can be mad as hell that I get to sit here and talk shit about your dumb ass. You can be mad as hell. I don't give a shit. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like a personal issue that you should take care of. Because I'm doing just fine. But that's the thing. It's just like people don't want to have those conversations. The real conversations people are always scared to run from. And these military people that always want to talk this shit are the ones that always run from it. They don't want to have those conversations. Because it's just like, what makes you any fucking different? Favorite Star Wars movie? All of them. I like them all. Anything that can continue a story, good or bad, it's still a continuation of a story. And it's not being fucking remade. It's not being remade. If the shit is being remade, then that's a problem. It's like, you gotta remake this, you gotta remake that. Nah, just continue the fucking story, bro. Like, that's it. It's like, they weren't all that great, but that's what it is. Favorite Netflix series? Shit. It's on. Breaking Bad is on there now. I'll say that. Love that show. Breaking Bad was great. Yeah, the video games is always good too. It's just like, that's the thing. It's just like there's certain things that you can do. There's like certain shows, certain things. It's like I don't watch TV like that because it's just like I don't. Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones. If you get rid of Game of Thrones' last season, Game of Thrones. Because that last season, fuck that shit. That shit was terrible. That shit was made by Republicans. You know when they rush shit and they ain't successful at it, that they just throw it out there to make it look like it's good. That's what they did with Game of Thrones. It's like, besides that, Breaking Bad started off slow, but then that shit, I forgot about Peaky Blinders. That's tough. I forgot about Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is that shit. That was a fucking show. That was a fucking show. That right there was a fucking show. That's the thing though. It's just like the thing is that sometimes it's sad when it comes to certain shows because you have shows that you watch. And then it's just like they stop them. And it's like you know they can continue, but they stop them because it's like, you know what, we don't want to fuck this shit up. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I've never seen it. I'm gonna watch. I'll probably watch some more shows because look, I'm not gonna be streaming this much on this platform. Because the thing is like you can tell. Like I appreciate all of y'all. I appreciate Tulsa King. I need to watch. I was just like, I appreciate y'all because y'all tune in here and we talk. It's just like I don't mind talking and I don't mind saying this shit. But the thing is, just like it gets tough. It gets tough. It gets tough trying to be so. How can I put it? It's tough being passionate about something that you want everybody to be successful and you want everybody to have the same opportunities, have healthcare, have all that shit, and then be in a fucking country that doesn't think that's necessary. It's tough. It's tough, y'all. That's what it is. It's tough. It's tough to keep on trying to push for things, but you have to call out the ignorance, you have to call out the corruption, you have to call out these pedophiles, you got to call out anything that's not good with this country in order to try to be successful in this country. But the thing is this country is so ridden with hate, so ridden with disgust, so ridden with ignorance, that it's kind of hard to always keep the foot on the gas to basically keep on doing this. I was doing that shit before, and it was just calling these dumbasses out, and then it got to the point. It took Eugene, if he's still in here. It took Eugene telling me, he was just like, man, I don't know how the fuck you do it. So I don't know how you got the patience for this. I was just like, I don't know why you keep doing it. You talking to brick walls. These people don't fucking pay attention to anything. And I was just like, and I was just like, you know, he's right. I was just like, you know what? I can call these people out, but I can't give them. I cannot give them that platform anymore. I can't give them that platform. I can't give them that attention they seek. If they do want attention, I'll just pin their posts out. Y'all seen I've been doing that. I ain't got time for the stupidity. I'm gonna make sure everybody realizes how stupid you sound. And then y'all been doing a great job of roasting them, so I haven't even had to. Y'all be destroying people sometimes. Because the thing is like, it's easy. It's easy to highlight their ignorance, and it's easy to showcase it. Because the thing is, all they have to do is keep talking. And they show how lack of anything they are. They lack intelligence. They lack accountability. They lack the work ethic. They lack all these things that they want to blame somebody else. Everybody that has been successful in the world never said it's this person's fault. The people that have always been successful in this country or in the world have always said, you know what? I fucked up. I gotta be able to fix this. I seen what I did wrong. I need to change this. Because if I continue with this shit, I'm not going to be successful. Those are the smart ones. Those are the ones that realize that they made their fucking mistakes. And it's like, you know what? I need to fucking make changes. That's how people get better. You got to learn your faults. You got to learn your inadequacies. You got to learn where you're lacking. You got to learn where your weakest point is. It's like, hey, it's just like, hey, if I'm lacking in finances, maybe I should learn something about finance. Maybe I should learn how to budget. Maybe I should learn not to fucking keep on buying that $6 coffee every morning. You learn those things, that starts making a change, because you start making it a habit where it's just like, you know what? I don't really need this right now. You know what? I'm not going to get it. That's the simple part about it, but these people don't know how to do that. It's just like, look, if you're weak at something, what are you going to do? You got to go and learn it. You got to go. If you want to learn how to work on a car, how are you going to blame the other mechanic for learning and you not learning how to deal with the car? How the fuck you going to learn that way? If you're going to be mad at people that know what tariffs are, because you don't understand what tariffs are, but then you want to argue with the people that know what tariffs are, you're going to stay in the same position you're at now. That's all it is. That's what it's always been. It's always been educating each other, taking care of each other. That's how we've progressed. But when you got a group of people in this country that don't feel like everybody else is necessary to make sure they are also successful, they're part of the problem. That's why MAGA's part of the problem. It was just like, you should love all the cultures, because the thing is the United States is not a set culture. The United States is a mix of cultures, and that's how it became the United States. The United States doesn't have a specific culture. Everybody just wants to try to claim it. It was just like when everybody came over from Europe, they weren't all the same people. The Native Americans were here. African Americans were here. South America, the whole world came over here. So there was no distinct thing, because everybody started mixing shit up. We learned how to do shit from the Native Americans. African Americans, when they got brought over from Africa, they brought shit over. Which even then, that slave trade thing has always been a question to me, but the reality of it, I don't think they were bringing people from Africa. They might have been bringing people from South America, the islands, and stuff like that. Because you traveled all across there for all that. It was just like, that shit has always been a questionable thing to me. Because the thing is the thing is like, you gotta look at it like this. What successful business person loses half of their fucking money? And they do it consistently. Shouldn't have made sense. It was like, and who wrote these stories? You ever notice that part? The slavers were the ones that wrote the stories. It wasn't the slaves. The slavers wrote all these stories telling you what happened, where you came from, what happened. Mind you, you know how history has a very lack of speaking. When it was that Columbus found Hispaniola and found people, then he came to the States and found people. I was like, you notice how that just gets left out? I'm just saying. There's a reason why critical race theory is so fucking frowned upon. Because the thing is if you have the ability to go into critical race theory and see what happened to race along the way, that means you're going to start identifying all the other shit that happened to this country. Because once you see race theory, you start seeing Jim Crow. Once you see Jim Crow, you see the segregation. Once you see the black population being jailed, the war on crime, the war on drugs, all this shit, and just happens to be the same way associated, and it keeps on going back and back and back. And then you end up realizing that this situation has been ongoing. It just changes the name and changes the face. Yeah, you see the lack of humanity. You see the lack of decency in the world. That's why I didn't want you to study that. Because then you start noticing who those people are. Because it's not all of them. It's specific people. It's those that want to push racism. It's those people like Stephen Miller that want to change this. It's people like Donald Trump that want to change and remove stuff from the Smithsonian. Because they didn't want slavery to look that bad. Notice how you never heard the stories of the people that got conquered. Never heard their first-hand accounts. Never heard any of their accounts. Those are the things that people don't talk about. Those are the people that those racists want to stay ignorant about. Because it's just like, oh, my family been here since the 1600s, bro. Christopher Columbus found this place way before then. So literally, you still weren't here before the people that were here. But that's simple math. That's simple fucking intellect that most of these people can't do. And their families have still been poor. With a 400-year head start. Imagine that. Imagine still being poor. Imagine still blaming somebody else, even though you had other people doing stuff for you. You had the slaves build up your fucking wealth in the South. With all the plantations, all the shit you were selling, all the crops, that came from those people working hard and you not having to pay them. The same way it's happening now, but people don't seem to associate it. Like people don't realize that when you have undocumented immigrants and you're not paying them as much and you're not giving them health care, it's the same thing that was happening there. You're not treating them well, you're just giving them enough because they know they need the money. It's called exploitation. And when that gets fucking put out to everybody, when everybody gets educated on the stuff that happens to this country and how it's the rich versus the poor and not you against me, I'm not even saying eat the rich. I don't want to say that. Because some of those people actually worked to get there. Some of them did it. I don't give a lot of, how can I put it? I don't give a lot of ranking or a lot of respect to a lot of these people that were grown into money. If you were born into money and then all of a sudden you became successful, you had an advantage that everybody else didn't. You already had money. Now, when you're a person that got it out the mud, that came out of nothing, and then became rich, I got no problem with it because you worked to get there. Not all of them do it the right way, but that's the thing. The working class. That's the thing. The working class. I understand the quote. The thing is that the working class right now is too concerned that they have to work so much that they're not trying to worry about anybody else. That's why a lot of this country is the way it is, because a lot of people don't pay attention to what is going on. A lot of your states right now are changing fucking laws. They're raising your property tax. They're raising the estate tax. They're raising this tax, that tax, excise tax, grocery tax. They're raising all this shit, but here you are mad at me for being a person of color. Can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. The people you voted for that look like you have been Republican the whole time, have made sure to raise everything but your living quality. But blame that Mexican. Blame that Salvadorian. Blame that person of color. It's like it's easy to keep people stupid. No, the thing is if you realize the RICO law was just an easier way to get people trapped up. That's all it was. It's an easier way to get people that didn't work with them locked up. That's all the RICO is. That's all RICO is, just a way for them to use it to marginalize or use to marginalize people. People that have bad communities, have bad environments, you hit them with a RICO law, and then all of a sudden you get them together. What up, Hero? What up, Monica? You hit them with a RICO law. Because the thing is if it weren't to be against people of color, how the fuck hasn't the KKK been hit with a RICO law? I'll just put thoughts out there, y'all. That's why I got up thoughts. Because I always have thoughts like this. I always have thoughts like this. Always have thoughts like this. I always have thoughts like this. I was like, laws were made to make it more difficult for people of color. The Jim Crow era was the same way. They made it more difficult for people of color. Where are you from? I'm from the Dominican Republic. Originally from New York. I'm a New York City person. I live in Kansas, though. Military brought me here. That's all I'll say. So I stayed here because I got the shit. But it's just like, I'm a New Yorker. I'm from the Dominican Republic. But I know I am African and European. My sister did the DNA shit. I'm mostly from Senegal and Spaniard. I was just like, that's the simplest way of doing it. It's just like, these are the thoughts that just go. These are the thoughts that I have, that I go through. That sometimes I just need to let them out so that somebody else could just say, maybe you crazy or maybe you make sense. That's it. That's why I have this. That's why I use this platform. I was like, I don't care what people think. It's just like, these are my thoughts. And the thing is when you educate yourself, you learn that these thoughts make more sense because you start seeing and you start digging into situations that you normally wouldn't. Most people can't tell you about the Jim Crow laws because they never looked them up. Most racists can't tell you about Jim Crow laws because they didn't even hear about it themselves or they didn't get taught what Jim Crow laws were. Most of them didn't understand the whole segregation. Most of them, like, that's the craziest part about it. I heard about that. I did hear about that. There's no good part. Well, you're right, Southwest. They always want to say the good parts about it, just like Charlie Kirk. The good part. Which was definitely the good part where they had advantages that they weren't able to be highlighted as inadequate. That's it. Because that's the thing. That's the craziest thing. One of the craziest thing. One of the crazy. Yes, majority of Congress was there when all this shit happened. Shit. The only one that I know was fighting with Martin Luther King was fucking Bernie Sanders that got arrested while marching with him. Everybody else, I didn't hear about them marching. I haven't seen any about them, and they were in the same time period. Most of the people that are in Congress right now that are in their 70s and 80s were around this whole time when they didn't want none of this to happen. So that's why they still want to hold their power and they still want to do it, because they don't want to help people. They don't want people to catch up to them. They don't want people to see that, oh shit, dang, these people work fucking hard as shit. If we let them get smart, we're going to have a problem. These people getting educated now. We can't have this shit. We got to tell them fucking school is stupid. We got to tell them you ain't going to be successful if you get an education. You're not going to know what to do. I was just like, all the shit, they don't want you to look into all the atrocities that the fucking U.S. has done. And it was just like, it's crazy. I served the government, but it took me, while serving in the government, to start seeing what the fuck we've done. I was just like, hold the fuck up. It was just like, all right, we got to get rid of some of these people. Because you're not going to tell me, like, one of the craziest things is just like the Tuskegee Airmen. If y'all know the story of the Tuskegee Airmen, of how they were given syphilis. They were given syphilis while flying their planes, and they were still outflying people. Notice how Charlie Kirk didn't say nothing about that part, huh? About the being black and qualified as pilot. Notice how that part just fucking eluded him? That these people were beating them while giving diseases? Yeah, I had to go through that realization too. And then I started digging more. Then I started digging even more. I was just like, the thing is like, my master's degree is in public administration, which is the reason why I have no problem arguing politics and arguing bills and arguing policies, because that's what I made sure to study. Because my whole thing was, I was just like, one of the reasons why I got my master's degree and I went for it, because I got my bachelor's. The reason I got my master's was because in order to be in certain rooms, you have to have that level of education. Where they want to say, oh, it's a scam, in some places, that's the only way your voice would be heard. So me, as a person of color, decided, you know what? I'm going to go to one of the older established universities in this country and graduate the same way all these other people did. So that when they say, oh, where's your degree from? Oh, from one of the oldest white universities in the country. They can be like, oh, it was handed to you. I was like, okay, so I guess it was handed to everybody else before me. That's going to be my talking point. So if everybody else got it handed to them in this school, so then everybody else that has the same degree ain't worth shit? Okay. You just made it easier for me. Now I know everybody else ain't shit that came from you. Yeah, that's still talking point. But no, that's what I did. Because the thing is what I wanted to do is because I still help out veterans. That's my main thing. I have my Veterware project or Veteran Awareness Project. I have that. That's what I do. I help veterans. So what did I try to do? I tried to make a business out of it. And that's what I'm doing. But the business, I don't even ask people for money. If people want to donate, they donate. You notice I haven't asked for any fucking funding or anything because I don't. If you want to donate because I've helped you, go for it. But you don't have to gift here. I don't want gifts. I always tell people, if you're going to give to people, give it to somebody that actually needs it. You see a cancer patient or something like that, give your gifts to that person. Don't give me gifts. If you really want to give money, I can't stop you. But it's not a necessity here. Here is, I'd rather people be taken care of that need the fucking help than that. That's why I do that for veterans. I do workshops. I used to do them weekly. Now I'm only doing once a month. So once a month, I go with people tune in. You got any questions with your entitlements, your benefits, your disability claims, the GI Bill, the fucking VRE program, fucking whole health, fucking anything, you could just tune in and you ask questions and I just answer free of charge. I make money on YouTube if you watch. It's like they always try to downplay your capabilities and what you've been successful at. That's always what these people love to do. They always like to downplay your accomplishments because they feel like, oh, it was given to you. I was like, no, bitch, I got a 4.0 for my master's. What was your shit? Oh, you didn't graduate? That's crazy. That's crazy. And that's the thing. It's like, it's not the same for everybody, but at the same time, it's just like, this gave me the capability to talk on this, but it educated me on policy, because what I wanted to do was, I wanted to eventually run, I wouldn't say for politics, but at least within my community and stuff like that, to be a politician within the community, to help out the veterans in my community. So that I knew how to write policies that would actually benefit veterans in the long run. Not shit that would take away resources, but give them more resources. So I had to educate myself on how to write policy, how to create policy, who I have to talk to, how it works, and then use it that way so that when I have my platform through my organization, I can use that as a platform to go forward. But now it's more like, shit, I learned how to do this shit, I might as well use it for fucking everything else now too. Because at the same time, we're losing benefits, we're losing resources. People want to push this, they want to push that, but none of this shit is actually benefiting people. So it's just like, you got to learn and educate yourself so you can complain, get the problem, and then have the solution for it at the same time. But most of the time, most people don't do that. And that's what it is. It's always a downplaying of your capabilities. Like, nah, bro, I went to school. They're trying to, look, this administration is trying to take away every capability or possibility of people being able to catch up. They didn't like COVID. They didn't like COVID. You know how many people got themselves educated during COVID? You had free fucking time. That's why they wanted to call it a hoax. That's why they wanted to make it seem so bad. Because you know how many people got to stay home, take care of this shit, spend time with their kids, learn stuff, be able to watch TV shows, watch this, watch educational stuff, read and all that shit. They didn't like that shit. They didn't like the fact that you educated now. We can't have that shit. You got time. You ain't spending money on gas to go nowhere? That's a problem. You ain't ordering all this fast food? That's a problem. It's like all this stuff is done because the thing is people moved up. Like, look at people. The amount of people, a lot of people use that stimulus check and they ended up fucking investing it. They didn't like that shit. Y'all got money in your savings stuff. Fuck all that. You can't have that shit. We need you struggling. And that's the thing, because the thing is what people don't realize with Donald Trump doing this, like, look, Donald Trump was in office the first time for 4 years. It took 4 years for Joe Biden to try to fix shit. Now we're going to go and get put back even further with all the tariffs and all the stupid shit that he's doing, so that then whatever president comes next has to worry about fixing the fuck up of this administration. So that's at least another 4 years of people not having adequate health care, adequate education, adequate anything. That's another 4 years. Now, depending on how deep of a hole we get put into, because of these tariffs, these bills, all these things, and the fact that a lot of people don't pay attention to the shit that's going on in their state, that's only going to drive us even back further. And that's what people ain't paying attention to. It's just like America cannot be great if we have everything pushing us back and pushing us harder to work harder for less shit. Like, look, we're paying more money for shit that's worse quality. Why do you think people just buying from China? Because if I'm gonna pay the fucking money, I might as well pay fucking for something that I know it may not be as good, but I know I ain't paying the fucking price for it. What you think, TikTok making all this money for no reason? You think TikTok is not selling all this shit for no reason? Why do you think everybody trying to sell some TikTok shit? Buy my shit. Oh, look, I got this, buy this, buy that. You know why? Because it's cheaper. And it still works. And I'm not paying double the price for the same shit that just says USA, even though it was made in China, and then they slap the USA tag on it. But that's the part they don't want to educate you on, because most people don't pay attention to everything. They just want to pay attention to themselves, or they stay fucking ignorant to themselves. Words just like, well, this doesn't affect me. And then down the road it will. Like I said about healthcare, Medicaid, Medicare, you're not old enough yet. But you're going to get old. That's what it was there for. For when you got old. Not right now. You still young. You still able-bodied. But when your body starts breaking the fuck down, that's the whole point of it. But if you get rid of it now while you young, you ain't gonna have shit when you old. It's like that's the stupidity. It doesn't concern me now. I'm no longer a kid. I don't need this fucking health care. So you ain't gonna have kids? So your kids ain't gonna need it. Oh, okay. So when your mom and dad become the grandparents and they become at that age, they're not gonna need it? Oh, so you gonna pay for them? Oh, okay. I keep doing that. My bad. I just like, I keep muting myself. I need to change this shit the other way because I keep touching the mic and keeps on muting it. But that's the thing. It's just like people are gonna get older. You're gonna get older. You're gonna need Medicare and Medicaid because you know what? The same way all these old people right now that are about to be struggling, that's just gonna be you down the road. But ignorance is expensive. Racism is expensive. Because all that help and assistance that you don't give a fuck about these people not having now, that's going to be you down the road. That's going to be you that has to work that extra job just to pay your hospital bills. Because you ain't going to have that coverage. See, look, people struggling now. People struggling now, and we haven't even gotten to the worst part about it. We haven't really seen the worst effects of this because he just put another. Y'all notice this is the thing that Republicans won't mention. Y'all don't. You notice how they didn't say nothing about the new tariffs that went in? Oh, they haven't said anything, right? Where it's 100% tariff being put on any pharmaceuticals that's coming from out of the country. So any medicine that's coming from outside that we use to give to y'all is not going to have 100% tariff. But they didn't talk to y'all about that, right? Republicans don't want to say nothing, right? But they're for you. They're here to take care of you. They're the working class people. They're the family values people. So literally meaning that if anything that comes from out of the states that is a pharmaceutical thing, which isn't created here, is going to be twice the price. So now, imagine that Medicare or Medicaid would actually, take part of that. Because that's what it was there for. To partially pay for it. Not all of it. But now the price just doubled. So now the price is going to double, and you're not going to have that help. Yeah. Thank you, Southwest, for that. She's right. Pharmaceuticals gonna get hit, machinery's gonna get hit, all the shit that the US actually needs is going to get hit. Because the thing is they want to be greedy. They want to make more money, but they know you're gonna struggle. Because the thing is hey, if your medicine, like Bro said, gone up, you don't have to work. You don't have to do something. If it means another fucking job, another something, is just like, you're gonna have to figure it out. Because Mac ain't gonna give a fuck about you. You think Mac is gonna give a bailout? Shit, they're about to bail out Argentina. Imagine the fact that Argentina decided to do the same Doge stupidity that fucking Elon Musk did with our country, and they failed within 2 years. If that doesn't show you anything. That's why I tell people right now, prepare. Don't waste money on shit you don't need. Waste money on the shit you do need. If it's a want, don't get it. If it's a need, spend the money on it. Because shit is going to get rough. Prices is going to go up. All these corporations, the ones that supposedly are going to make more jobs and pay you more are going to start firing more people so that they can make even more money. And then less people are going to have jobs. They want to cut back on education benefits. You don't know. This is where people don't realize these things. Christmas ain't nobody getting gifts. My kids is getting one gift. They usually get showered. You get one gift. You better pick it right. I don't care how expensive it is, but you get one. I was just like, and this is the thought I was gonna have before I lose it. So this is what they're doing with the fact that it's just like they want people to lose their jobs and they want people to lose jobs. You notice how they are changing the establishment for how you can get unemployment benefits? Making it harder for people to get those benefits even though they're getting laid off. So now you're going to even have to fill more requirements. So now the fact that you have more requirements to get these jobs and more requirements to get unemployment benefits and people ain't hiring means that people are going to struggle more, meaning that there's going to be more chaos, meaning that people get more desperate, meaning that crime goes up. And what happens? That's when they were saying, like, you eat the rich. No, the rich don't get eaten. It's the poor that eat the middle class. Because those are the closest ones to them. So that's why you have MAGA, the ones that are poor, complaining about the middle class and what they have. Because now they have that power structure that, we all the way at the top. They don't bother us. They ain't worried about us. They worried about that other guy that's still working, still making money, still got a job. And then after that, you institute martial law because the streets is crazy. But nowhere in that part are you going to hear the part where they're going to actually be like, you know what, let's take care of these people. Let's actually give them health care. Let's actually make sure kids have food. It's all, like I said, when you study the administration, you start seeing, and that's why I started making these things put together, because the thing is most people only look at it from a federal aspect. Most people don't look at the state and local level aspect, which that's still government. Federal, state, local. That's three different governments. One can say something, the other one can add to it, and then the third one can add to it. Or they can make up their own shit and try to push it up the other way. It works both ways, from top down and from bottom up. all this shit is doing is just making it for difficulty for people to do it. Yeah, that's what it is. You cut their benefits, you cut that. And that's the part that people don't pay attention to, and that's the part that people don't realize. It's not people against people, it's people against the people that are taking the money from you. The people that are taking the shit away from you. Because the thing is everybody should be able to work in this country. Everybody should be able to have a livable wage. Everybody should be able to afford health care where it doesn't cause them to go broke or need to get a loan for it. I shouldn't have to pay interest on school loans. You said us beings and rights folk would be just fine. Everything is going to get expensive. Everything is going to be different. Everything is going to change. The thing is people are going to have to make changes. And that's what a lot of people ain't talking about. A lot of people are more concerned with all this, and that. I'm still concerned about the Epstein files. Them shit still need to come out. That still needs to come out. But people need to realize that shit is going to change and shit is going to get difficult for a lot of people. You got to make sure to be able to protect yourself, which is using your Second Amendment right, or being able to make sure that you know how to do things and how to be able to capable of maintaining what you have. If being prepared just in case, oh shit, something does happen, having that emergency fund. This is where saving an emergency fund is going to come in handy, because it might get bad. It's going to get bad before it gets better. And if healthcare starts going up the roof, that means less people go to the doctor, meaning more people are walking around sick, meaning more people can get sick. And then you got fucking RFK talking all this dumbass shit. Because the more sick you are, the more money they make. So y'all don't see that coincidence? It's like, damn, I'm going to bring the prices up on pharmaceuticals. But then I'm also going to start taking away vaccines and all this shit, which means more people will get sick, which means more people will have to go to the doctor, which means they'll be in more medical debt because they won't be able to pay all the shit that they're sick from. It all gets interconnected in a way. Just that most people don't see it that way. I sometimes do. A lot of people like to call me. They like to say, oh, you're fear-mongering. I was just like, I haven't been wrong since I started talking about Donald Trump and this administration on how they're going about this shit. I still haven't been wrong. Some people choose to listen, some people don't. That's not my problem. If you choose to listen, you'll be adequate enough that it's like, you know what? I heard Cruz did say something about me preparing myself and doing this. So it's just like, you know what? Oh yeah, the no regulation on our food. That's all it is. I just put things together. My mind works in a mysterious way. I don't know why. Oh, just like that's the thing. The whole thing, Sheldon, is that I don't care for the people that don't care. That's what I started realizing. I don't care for the people that don't care. I care for the people that want to listen. The people that do care. The people that do want to be successful or they want to be better. Because the thing is I ain't going to gatekeep y'all. Why am I going to gatekeep y'all? I'm happy as shit if you're more successful than me. I at least can say, you know what, he learned that from me. That to me is a bigger fucking compliment than anybody can give me. The same way when veterans come up to me and tell me, yo man, thank you man, I made it to 100% P&T because of what you told me and how you explained it to me. That to me is the biggest thank you I can fucking get. Because I know I made a change and I made something that supported somebody else's life in a better way. I just had one of those phone calls a couple of weeks ago. It was one of my graduating classmates. Her husband just got out the military. And I spoke to them. We had a sit down, and I spoke to them about everything I could, any questions they had, and I told them just reach out, do this, and it was just like, man, this dude called me. He was like, bro, I just gotta thank you. I didn't realize this was gonna fucking happen. Because I told him, I was just like, file for everything, file for this, find the information, do it this, go off of the CFR, do it the right way. And the dude was just like, bro, I didn't think I was going to get this much. He ended up 100% P&T. He thought he was going to get like 30%. And he was like, bro, so am I getting this? Like, is this what I'm getting paid? And I was like, yes, bro. You're getting paid basically $4,000 a month, tax-free, for the rest of your life. And he was just like, he was like in awe. He was like for the rest of my, I was like, yes. The military fucked you up. You just got to make sure you put your documentation in right and you do your shit right, and you get there. But it's just taking care of people. That's all it is. That's how I was raised. That's how I was brought up, and that's not going to change. The same way my kids have been installed in this, and they're just like, shit, you need to hit replacement. Fuck. They want to fucking surgically like fucking fuse my fucking spine, and I'm like, nah, good. I'll deal with the pain. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I have fucked up back. Y'all ain't touching my back. Yep. I was just like, I did my master's, and I'm thinking about doing my PhD also, but it's just like, you gotta just do it at that. But the thing is you gotta assist people. That's why I was just like, that's what I was saying with that other ignorant dude that came in here. It was just like, in the military, if you were a good person, you were a good person in it, and you were a good person out. If everybody can just speak highly of you and how you helped them and stuff like that, that alone is a fucking sign. That anywhere you go, people will be like, you know what, Cruz? I fucks with Cruz. Cruz is a good dude. That's good enough for me. You can ask anybody I served with. Cruz is a good dude. Cruz always looked out. Cruz didn't give a fuck. Just like, yeah. I was just like, that's what it is. It's just like, you just gotta educate people. There's nothing. Look, the military, like I always tell people in all my lives, I was taught this by the military, and it's like, you are only as strong as your weakest link. And like I said, I have no problem educating people. I have no problem educating people. If it makes you better, it makes you better. Some people take the advice, some people don't. Am I always right? No. But damn near. Damn near. If I'm trying to teach you something, it's because I experienced it. I went through the hardship. So I know that if somebody goes through the same issue and doesn't have to deal with the same hardship as I did, that means we can further ourselves, because you don't have to go through the dumb part. I'm making you skip that part. Making sure you can now teach somebody else. When you learn something else, you can pass that on. We just keep getting better that way. Can't get better if everybody's stuck on the same shit. Because somebody don't want to teach you. Because somebody's like, you know what? I know this information, but I'm not going to tell them. I'm going to stay quiet. I'm not going to tell you how to make money. I need to keep it all for myself. Like, you see how ignorant that sounds? That's like, you always should be teaching people. Or just like I said. Teach a man, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man how to fish. Y'all know the rest. And I'm not religious. That's the crazy part. I'm more religious than most of these hypocrites. But that's the whole thing about it. That's the whole thing about humanity. You got to teach everybody what you know, because the thing is that only makes them better. If you make them better, that means the next generation gets better. Because if I'm passing down all this wisdom to my kid, and my kid is learning this 20 years before I ever got to learn it, that means she's going to have a 20-year head start on everything I'm doing.
It's the same thing. You got to teach those around you. You got to teach your family. You got to teach it.
No, I'm an atheist. I'm an atheist.
I did my first communion and I did my confirmation, but I am an atheist.
And I know most people won't agree with that. Most people will be mad and be like, "Oh my God, I thought you were religious." I was like, "Nah, bro."
I did that. I listened. I paid attention. I asked too many questions. Some people just don't like that. I'm teaching her everything I've learned. I'm teaching all my daughters everything I've learned. Whatever I'm capable of teaching them. No, my mom isn't mad. My mom always knew I was a strong-willed child. She knew that from the beginning. As I grew older, she understood that. And was like, you know what? This guy has his own thinking process. He's gone through some things. He's experienced some things. And at first, it was just like, at first, she didn't agree with it. But then I sat down with her and I had a conversation and explained why it is I felt that way and why I started doing it. And then she never bothered again. And then it took her, like, I believe she still believes, but she's not as diligent as she used to be about it. Oh, no, there's always going to be haters. I don't care. I'm still waiting, hero. That's the answer that nobody can ever give me. Till then, I'm just going to live my little life. That's it. Gotta see it through. Through this administration, we gotta see it through. We just gotta be able to educate ourselves and stick together to know that, hey, these people want us to act a fool. They want us to be violent. They want us to do things out of spite because that's what they think the repercussions and what the consequences will be is what they want. But since they're not getting it, they're trying to find other ways. Now, what are they going to do with this whole government shutdown? You're going to shut shit down and not have government work, which basically makes it difficult for anything to be done. So imagine the fact that you can get the Epstein list out, but now you're just going to cancel Congress. Because what they want is that, I tell you, this will probably last like a good month and a half. Oh, and that's the thing. They don't think that they used to the struggle, because the thing is what these people fail to realize is that everybody in this country come from the struggle, unless they're one of these rich people. These rich people don't know what struggle is. They've had everything they've needed. They don't know the struggle of not having a fucking full course meal in the morning or at lunchtime or at dinner time. They don't understand that. They don't understand when you have to go to just eating snacks. Or y'all ever had sleep for dinner? Fucking tasty as fuck. Delicious. These people never had that. These people never had sleep for dinner. These people always had something there. They were rich. They don't understand medical bills. They don't understand that, you know what, unless this person is about to die, we ain't going to the hospital. Unless you got a bone sticking out of you, you're going to put Vicks Vapor Rub, you're going to put some Vivaporu on, and you're going to call it a fucking day. They don't know what it is to worry about paying for gas. These people don't give a fuck about gas. They don't give a fuck about egg prices. They don't give a fuck about none of that. Everybody else knows. It's like, because look, even all of MAGA right now is complaining, oh my God, we can't pay for eggs. They still living though, right? Still working though, right? I was just like, people never had that, and that's the crazy part. That is just like when you have people that defend these people that never gone through the same struggle as you ever did. It's crazy to me. It's just crazy. These people never had that struggle. They've never had not have a full meal. When was the last time Donald Trump said he didn't have a full meal? This man's been born into money. He never had that problem. When was the last time Donald Trump said, I got to go to work? Oh shit, I'm going to my second job. Matter of fact, it's my third shift today. These people don't understand that. Us people have gone through the struggle. So it's just like, yeah, you making shit expensive. It was like, we gonna have to do with less. That's the thing about it. People don't realize that. They don't understand that. They've never seen that. They've never experienced that. And it's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to do more with less. They've never had that problem. And that's what's gonna happen now, because a lot of people are gonna have to do more with less. Because prices of everything is going up, so you're not going to be able to afford to get everything you know. Oh, it's coming. Fucking Whiskey Leaks, Whiskey Hexif, fucking, he's just a fucking... He's one of those fucking officers in the military that never amounted to anything, and now that he's put in a position above people, he just thinks he can talk to them like that. That's the only reason. All the shit that he fucking said, literally, you could have sent a fucking email. But you wanted to make it a big fucking show. He wanted to show the power he has over these generals so that these generals can't say shit to him. That's it. That's all he was trying to do. He was just trying to make it seem like he's a big shot. Don't nobody give a fuck about him. These people don't respect him. The only reason is because they the boss right now. That's it. They want everything to be theatrics. That's all they did at Fox News. Look at Donald Trump. He ran beauty pageants. This dude is nothing about the hoopla, the fucking, you know, the thought process for everything to make it all fancy and making it all big. It was just like, you ain't doing anything. It's like you doing all this shit, but then you still got fucking service members living in mold. Because how much money did it not take to fucking have all these generals from all across the world to come in here for you to say something that could have been put on fucking email? That defense travel system right now is overwhelmed with just generals, because you know they're going to get a higher per diem. You know they're going to stay in a fucking hotel. You ain't going to put them in fucking barracks. Then you know they're going to get rental cars. It's like that's all it is. It's a fucking show, because the thing is for people that have never had anything, the glitz and glamour makes them pay attention. When you were dead broke and you saw somebody driving a Lamborghini, you were like, damn, I want that Lambo. And now that you older, you see that Lambo, it's just like, man, my hoopty been getting me here from here to especially in the military. It was just like, this beater got me from point A to point B. It was like, I don't need no fucking Lambo. But the glitz and glamour always catches your eye. The glitz and glamour always catches your eye when you don't have it. That's why I was just like, that's the whole thing with like rap culture and shit like that. That's why I have a problem with it, because the thing is it makes it seem like, oh shit, look at all the glitz and glamour you got. Look at all these gold chains. Look at all these cars. I'm not going to tell you that I leased them or rented them for this fucking video, but you won't think I have all this shit. So that's what it gravitates towards. You want to gravitate towards what's going to make you money or make you be like those people. That's what it is. You're going to gravitate towards the glitz and glamour because you've never had the glitz and glamour. Give me a fucking 1989 fucking Honda Civic. That shit is still running. It was just like, that's the thing. Things are attainable. It's not that it's not attainable, but the thing is you're going to try to work so hard to get to that Lambo that you're going to forget the rest of the ride. You're going to forget the living part of life because you wanted to make sure to get to that Lambo. That's it. But that's the thing. That's the glitz and the glamour. They stealing those Civics. Yo, those Civics last, bro. You go to New York City, motherfuckers still got like a fucking 90s fucking Civic running that shit. Probably got like 300,000 plus fucking miles still running. Might sound funny, but it still gets you everywhere. Shit, I got an 04 fucking Honda Pilot I still have. As a backup car. That's now the workhorse car. When I have to do any kind of fucking building or fucking landscaping or anything like that in the house, that's what I have that for. That shit is a 2004 Honda Civic. A Honda Pilot, I mean. Still got that shit. Nah, that shit ain't going nowhere. That shit beat up. That shit is beat up. That's a beat up ass car. Ain't nobody trying to steal it. But hey, it still works. It's still dependable. Imagine that. The car's 21 years old. Still working. But that's the thing. Some people just want the flashiness. That's the consumer part of the states. That's why all these corporations keep making money. Because they want you to have that thought process. They want you to believe, oh, I need to keep buying this. I need to get this. I need to do this. I need to do that. And I was just like, no, you don't. You don't need that new TV. Shit, most of the shit I got here for fucking streaming, I don't use all of it at once, but I have it. This little shit. I don't use it all the time. Y'all see me streaming on. I got this microphone. I got a third microphone. I got a separate second camera. Actually, I got 2 extra cameras. But the thing is some things you use because you know you investing in it. Some things is meant to invest in. Some things ain't. Some things is like, hey, if you're using it, you got to use it because it's going to be beneficial to you. It's going to be an investment towards you. You're going to use it. Because at the same time, if I wasn't going to do this, the same money was fucking going to go to what? Investing. You got that extra money, invest it. If you got, that's what I tell people. That's why I was always educating people. Invest money. Leave something for the next generation. Gotta educate yourself on how these people do it. These rich people didn't just get there because they just made the money. You have to invest in yourself and invest in your family. You may have to be that sacrifice. It's hard to say it that way to some people. You may have to be that sacrifice. You have to be that sacrifice to make sure that next level happens. And that's how they did it with them. They worked. It was just like they had those grandparents that worked their ass off and made sure what? They bought a house, paid off the house. What they do? Give that person a house. Now imagine a person that don't have to pay for a house. You're already winning. And then that house is going up in value, so if they do decide to sell it, that's just money they made. But people don't think like that. You have to be that sacrifice. You have to be, if it's you or your family, you have to be the one. Yeah, they trying to do that, and that's the thing. That's where you got to stop, because the thing is you have to educate yourself and you have to learn how they did it. That's what I made sure to do. That's why I've never thought the same way, because the thing is like, you're not going to tell me this is what I should do. Like in college, I went to my college advisor. I think you should take this class. I think you should take that class. And I think you should take this. I was like, hold on, who's paying for this? Oh, I'm paying for it. So which are the mandatory classes I need to take for this degree? Everything else, I'm going to fucking choose. You know why? Because I'm fucking paying for it. They ain't like me that much. But who's the one that ended up with the school loans? Not that advisor. You tell me what I need to do to get this degree in business, I'll make sure to do those classes. Everything else that's an elective, I'm choosing because I'm paying for it. But most people don't look at it that way. They tell you, oh, you should learn this, you should learn that. Why the fuck do I want to learn about this shit if it ain't got nothing to do with what I'm learning? Oh, just like they want people to be uneducated because if you don't learn how to take care of yourself, you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to pass it on to the next group. You think Donald Trump did it because he made the money? No. His father passed it down to him. Why? Because his father built what he built. And then he built it so that he can pass it down. The same way Donald Trump is doing the same thing. I think it's going to be there for a while. No, the same way Donald Trump is doing it, so what? So that his kids have it. All this grifting and all these power moves and all this making shit here and making shit there, it's not for Donald Trump. It's so that he knows his kids have it. So when he dies, his kid's gonna get all those benefits. You know that fucking plane they gifted him? If it's not staying in the United States government, who just has a big ass plane now? The Trumps do. If people keep buying his fucking phone, his gold phone, who do you think is going to end up with the royalties and the money from that? His kids when he passes. That's why they don't want you to be educated. That's why they don't want you to learn these things. Because once you start learning this shit, you start making more money and you start making a change. You start going from that family that's in that position to a family that has now advanced. You have to push yourself to that so that you can educate and further your family and further your name. That's what you got to do. You have to do that. They ain't going to do it for you. Shit, all you see is that they're trying to hold you back as much as possible. They're trying to slow your roll as much as possible to make it tough for you to be able to do it. Oh, just like that's the thing. Look, this is one of the thought processes that enlightened me. And this is the thing that they always say. Rome was not built in a day. Having money didn't happen overnight. When these people invest, it took time. Like I said, you may have to be that sacrifice to make sure that you earn that money. Because the thing is all you got to do is like, look, this is the easiest way I tell people. Open up a Robinhood account. Go and learn what dividend accounts are. Learn what dividend stocks are. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you to learn for it. Learn what dividend stocks are. Learn which ones they are. Learn if they're quarterly or monthly. Learn which company, if you invest into them, they give you money back. And all you got to do is just keep investing in that company or keep investing in that stock. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to keep making money that you don't have to touch. Some do it. I don't think some do it. And I don't think anybody does it annually. Most of the time it's quarterly that they do it. But all you got to do is you invest in one and they do it monthly. You do it monthly, and the money's making money for you. This is the easiest example. It's just like let's say you have a stock that is worth $100. You don't have to buy the stock with $100 because remember, with Robinhood, you can buy fractionals just by the amount of money you have. So this is what I'm going to give you. If you have this one stock that's $100, right? If you have a stock that's $100, and monthly it gives you whatever percent it does from the $100. So you have that one stock, and let's say you get 5 cents, or I don't even know what you want. Let's put it 10 cents, right? You have $100. That next month, you got $100.10. That second month, you got $100.20. But it might be more because of the fact that you have a little bit extra than that, just $100. So you have that one stock, but you have 1 point something stock. So every time you have that and that increases, that's the dividend that they'll give you for the amount of stock you have. The sure thing is a dividend stock, because the thing is let's say the big name stocks, like you have a stock like Nvidia, which is the $5 trillion worth. That has money, but the thing is their stock dividend isn't a high paying one. You go to the monthly ones, there's monthly ones like, look, there's ones that I invest in. It's QYLD and MAIN, MAIN. Those are two different ones. You can invest in that. One of them is about $17. The other one is about $40-something. If you look into those stocks, let's say you put a certain amount in. Every month, they pay you the dividend for how much stock you have. So let's say the dividend that they give you is 17 cents per stock, right? You got 100 stock. See how that starts adding up? Now you got $1.70 that you add. It doesn't sound like much. It doesn't sound like much. But when you keep doing that consistently, month after 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 month, and you keep getting 17 cents for every stock that you have, and then every single time you keep investing, and when you get that next check, you put another thing in there, and you invested another, let's say $20, which gets you that one extra stock. Now you get in 34 cents. You put that other one, getting 51 cents. You put that other one, 68 cents. See where I'm getting at? And you didn't do a fucking thing about that. You didn't do nothing but keep on investing in it. And you kept on putting money into it. And the money just kept on compound interest. Yep, and when you go into Robinhood, it gives you the ability, if you choose to, that it reinvests it right into it. Because this is another trick that I've seen a lot of people do. But this is more for a bit more experience. They do it on dividend dates. So what a lot of people tend to do is that, let's say you have that QYLD, right? At a certain point in the month is when they say, okay, this is how much you're going to get paid for this. So what a lot of people do is that they have that stock till that date. It was like, September 30th is when they're going to designate how much you're going to get per stock. Because if the stock goes up, the dividend goes higher. If the stock goes down, the dividend goes lower. But you're still getting a dividend. See what I'm saying? You're still making money. It may not be as much. The stock may go down. You may lose money in the stock, but then you're still making more money and you're reinvesting it in that is now purchasing that same stock at a lower price, giving you more. So if it goes up and then the dividend goes up, you just made more money. It's like they like to say, free chicken. It's that simple. That shit didn't happen overnight. You didn't start making money overnight. You didn't become rich overnight. It's going to take some time. But at the same time, when you start noticing that, hey, if you can invest in this stock, if you can invest in that one stock, and all that extra money that you're not spending on the wants goes to that, you'll be sitting pretty nice in a couple of years. You gotta learn how they do it. A lot of these people don't even live off of their own fucking money. They're running off of their dividends. Because once you have, let's say, $100,000 in dividends or $100,000 in stock, and you're getting dividends off $100,000, you're making some pretty good, decent money. It's not crazy. But shit, imagine you making an extra fucking $500, $600 a month. And you ain't do shit. All you did was sit here and talk shit to Mac. They were just like, yo, that's what it is. You just have to educate yourself to do it. If you have that extra money, that's where you got to learn to do fucking the budgeting. You learn how to budget and you start investing, because I started doing that while I was in the military. I served 10 years. Now I did that, and I've contributed to my Roth IRA, and I did that for 10 fucking years, and now I'm getting disability checks for the rest of my life because of how they fucked me up. So if I work, it's because I want to, not because I need to. But then it's also the planning. I was like, I went to the school and I graduated from it. Why? Because most people don't get it that as a United States disabled veteran in the state of Kansas, my dependents can go to school for free. So not only am I investing, not only am I teaching them, not only do I already have a house, not only do I have my master's and my bachelor's, but now my kids can do the same thing. And they don't have to worry about that debt. I made that sacrifice. I understood I am a sacrifice. I understood that in my family doesn't know a lot of this stuff. My family was immigrants too. They came in here and they busted their ass to be able to give me the opportunity I got, and I'm making sure I'm paying it forward 100 times over to my kids. If you have a savings account, put it into a high yield interest savings account. If not, put it into fucking dividend stocks. The main thing is if you have a savings account, don't fucking touch it. That's the biggest thing. If you got a savings account, don't fucking touch it. Because that's the problem with a lot of people. They have their checkings, then they have their savings. It's like, you know what? I want to buy this shit. I'll just transfer it over from my savings. And then I'll put it back when I get it back. Never happens. That's how I was at first till I educated myself. But that's all you gotta do. Like I said, go on Robinhood, find. Bro, all you gotta do is put that money into dividend. Because remember, whatever bank you're in, if it's not like a 4 or something or 3 point something that they give you on the thing, you'll make more money off of the dividends yearly than you would off of that fucking thing. Because most banks only give you like a 0.1% fucking interest. Now imagine with that $8,000, you bought a certain amount. Let me see. I'm gonna do the math for you real quick. Let's see. So let's say you got $8,000, right? Divided by, let's say, $17. That's 470 stock right there. See, 2.5 isn't bad. This is just like he said. He put 8K, right? 8K would get him 470 of that QYLD stock, right? So now let's go 470 times 0.17. That means that Vegas would be making $80 a month off of that. You ain't getting $80 from your bank. Monthly? You ain't getting $80 from your bank. That's just that 17 cents. Now, this is where you got to remember when it's in the savings bank is that's secure. But then you can also buy CDs and you can do it that way. But that's secure in the bank. That ain't going nowhere. With the stock market, that 470, that 8K may drop. If the stock market drops, it drops a lot. So now you should your investment. No, just like, no, these are just simple things because the thing is there's more intricacies when it comes to the stock market. The thing is that they always shy you away from it. I've always investigated the things that they always scared you of. It's like, look, man, the stock market, you can invest in it. I was just like, the thing is, look, this is one thing. So it was just like, if I wanted to charge for all the knowledge I have, I know I could make a shitload of money. I know I can make a shitload of money. You know how much money I can make just helping veterans? And I do that shit for free? Veterans be paying thousands of dollars to take assistance. I do that shit for free. Look at Dave Ramsey and all these people, how they have you go to a course. It was like, oh, you'll pay $10,000 to learn how to invest. I'm just teaching you simple shit of just dividend stocks. Because the thing is that's money that keeps on coming no matter what. And then the thing is you can actually use that money to pay off your bills or do whatever you want with it. Yeah, you'll pay taxes on it, but if you ain't working, that'll be the earned income. And then most people, what they do is they take some of that money out and then they put it right back into it to deduct their taxes at the end of the year because you made a contribution to your IRA or your Roth or your traditional Roth. But remember, y'all, school is a scam. Being educated is a scam. Don't go to college. Don't do it. You're not going to learn anything. Even though some of these things I learned on my own, but it helped me with the fact that I was taught how to research and how to look into things and how to analyze things better to learn to get to this point. That's the one thing I will give it, and it gave me a bunch of networking. Money's going to be money, but the thing is these people make money work for itself. Not work for more money. They make their money make money. That's why most of them get into real estate. Because if you buy a house and after that house is paid off, the only thing you got to pay is property tax, and somebody's paying you rent monthly, that's passive income. That's why they don't want people buying houses, because they want to buy them all up. They want to make sure everybody else doesn't have the same ability to have a home, because if I own it, you renting it from me. You making me money. You ain't keeping that. I keep it. You paying me. And I'm making money. I'm only paying the property tax. And the upkeep here and there, but the amount of money I make per year is nowhere near what I'm going to be paying in taxes or to just fix your shit. That's what it is. You got to learn. The whole thing is that's what you got to do. You have to learn from these people that have done it. Yeah. It's so that they can make money off of you, because the thing is then you won't be able to own it, meaning you won't be able to do the same thing they're doing. That's why they don't want you to educate yourself. That's why they don't teach you economics to that level. They don't teach you about, when's the last time you got taught about the stock market in school? They just tell you, be careful, you can lose your shirt off of that shit. You can do the same shit with gambling. But if you just do the same basics and just keep on doing it. If you know, the thing is, so for you to know what you're investing in, you have to look at the company. Because the thing is on Robinhood, the one thing I do like about Robinhood is that it'll tell you like, hey, this is what it holds. So this is what this stock does. And then it'll tell you, okay, these are its top 10 holdings. So meaning we have all this shit that we invest in this stock. But this is what we hold. Because some of those dividend stocks like that are like ETFs, kind of like they're like a whole fund of all the stuff together, and then they put an average of it, and that's how it goes up and goes down. The QYOD is basically on technology. That's the technology one. So basically, it'll just say, oh, QYOD, it holds mostly technology, it holds real estate, and it holds that stuff, and then it'll tell you the top 10 holdings. Oh, the top 10 holdings are NVIDIA, Apple, Facebook, Google, all the companies that keep on making money and keep on going up. So if you're investing in something like that, you do it. But if it's just a specific company, you have to make sure you can listen in on those shareholder hearings. Because that's another thing that Robinhood does do. They'll be like, oh, the earnings call will be here. And this will be like, oh, well, we said we were going to make $100, but we actually made $125. that shoots the stock market up, because then that means the investment that you made, it went up. But then there's times it's like, we thought we were going to make $100, but we only made 75. That'll drop it. But the thing is you have to learn and find stuff that you know will stay the same or isn't volatile. That's why I tell people to do their own research. I say QYLD and MAIN because those are some of the ones I invest in. The rest of the shit, I just keep using because there's different stuff. And then the other thing you got to realize, what's something that everybody needs? What does everybody need? That you know ain't going anywhere. Yeah, but the water companies are not. There's not too many crazy water companies. He said toilet paper. Nope. Ebony. Nope. Keep guessing. Keep guessing. What is it that everybody needs? Everybody uses. Now, everybody don't need that. Everybody gets pushed into it, but everybody don't need it. Nope, not close. Nope, not money. See, y'all reaching. Y'all reaching. Andrea, ding, 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 ding. Everybody needs electricity. How you watching me right now? You have to charge your phone. How you powered on your TV? How your AC working in that heat? Invest in electricity. When was the last time you seen electricity not be around? I'm just saying. That's easy advice there. What's another one that don't go? You got electricity. Yeah, see, look. He fucking up Texas grid on purpose. Why? Because what's he gonna do? He gonna charge you more. So what does that mean? Whatever stock or whatever person is taking care of that stock is gonna go up. With cars is different. Cars isn't the same because the thing is a car can have a recall. And if it's a massive recall, that shit affects the stock. Electricity ain't going nowhere. Even if the fucking grid goes down, you still gonna need that shit back. You need that constantly. A car, you use it when you get into it. Your house runs on electricity. No way around that. There's no person in anywhere right now in the United States that doesn't need electricity. Healthcare isn't even a requirement because you don't know. You go when you know you gotta go. But you still need electricity to be able to go to the hospital and them be able to treat you. If they ain't got machines that ain't charged, they ain't working, they can't do surgery without lights. See what I'm saying? You gotta look at it in those perspectives of the things. It's just like, what can I invest in that I know ain't going nowhere? Energy ain't going nowhere. Food, you see how food fluctuates, but there's no specific thing that says, oh, this is just the Apple's corporation or just the Orange's corporation. Because multiple things do it. It's the same way with energy, but the thing is energy don't go down. Energy just goes up. So it's just investing. You got to pay attention to what you're investing in. Look at what the dividend stock is, because it'll say, to know that it's a monthly one, it'll give you like a 30-day percentage. That 30-day percentage is basically saying, hey, this is the percentage that we're going to give you back. But remember, they're going to take their fees from it too. Because basically you're investing in them, they have to do like the administrative costs and shit, and then you get the dividend payment. But you're doing that, and that money accrues in there tax-free. Make sure you do a Roth IRA so that all the taxes get taken out then. So when you take it out on the back end, you shouldn't be dealing with all those taxes. But just invest in stuff that you know. See, look, Dominion Energy. See, Vegas just looked it up. That's why I give people certain things. It's just like, if you want to better yourself, you're going to have to learn to educate yourself on it. I'll give you tidbits and stuff. I could do classes on this shit, but I'm not going to.
I ain't doing all this shit for free. I'll give some shit, but it's just like other stuff is just like some stuff is just more in depth. Like the stock market is a big in depth thing. There's options trading, there's margins, there's cash, there's day trading. There's a whole bunch of shit that goes into it. Just do the simple shit. Learn one piece at a time. Learn what dividends do and make your money make money for you. Open up a Robinhood account. Find that QYOD. Find that Main. Find Dominion. Find those that just do it. And just put, hey, if it's anything, you can put $25 a week. You know you got that. That's $100 a month. You spend $100 on fucking food. You went out to eat. That was one fucking whole investment you just lost. Maybe don't go out to eat. $25 a week. If you got more, put more. I'm just saying 25 because I don't know where anybody started now. You can start with $5 a week. And just keep on putting in and slowly, hey, you get a pay raise. You know what? I'm making an extra fucking 30 cents now. I'm going to put this 30 cents into this. How much does this equate to at the whole paycheck? Oh, that's an extra $30. You know what? We put it in fucking $55 a month now, or $55 a week. It all depends. Live by your means. But you should be making sure to invest it because at the end of the day, that money's going to start adding up. And when you make it to retirement age, it's better to have something in there than nothing at all. It may not be billions of dollars, but hey, if you can leave in the next what? If you're investing for the next, hey man, I know how that goes. Gotta make that liquor last. Instead of buying that bottle a week, gotta buy a bottle every other week. Shit is tough. But you're gonna have to, like I said, you have to be that sacrifice. You have to be the one with that discipline. We already know you got the discipline. You were in the military. It's just putting in the work. Just doing it to make sure that you're taking care of the next generation. That's all. Even whatever you invest in, as long as your money is making money back for you, that's what you need to do. If you're investing in dividend stocks, that means that dividend is going to come back to you. Whether the stock goes up or it goes down, you're still going to make money. And over time, that shit adds up. Because the thing is when it starts reinvesting into it, that's just more stock it keeps buying. It keeps on pushing more stock and it keeps on pushing to it. And that's what you do. You keep on investing into it and you keep on investing into yourself. You keep on investing into an account and you let it grow. Give yourself this. Put it like this. Just like you gonna cut costs and do that stuff, invest into it. Invest into Robinhood and put it on a automatic investment. So just put it that it automatically does it. Don't look at your shit. Unless you hear the stock market is fucking crashing, then look at it. But otherwise, don't even pay attention to it. Yep, the automatic dividend investment, don't even look at it. Go a whole year of just investing into it. And see how much money you put in, see how much money you ended up with. And then realize, like, damn, if I put more money in, I could have made this. Because then that's when you start thinking that way. It's like, damn, I made this much money making $25 a month. If I would have put $50, this shit would have been double. If I would have put $75, it would have been triple. And then you start realizing that. And then next year, you're going to start putting more money in there because you realize how much money you just made without doing anything. You still working your ass off every day, but you making money on the side that you didn't have to work extra for. Like I said, that's why you can sit back and relax. You can sit back and relax. After some time of doing this, you'll get somewhere. And as you make more money, you start reinvesting more money, you start investing more money into it, you just end up making more money. And
And at the end of the day, when it comes to retirements and stuff like that, you can make it as a beneficiary to your kids, basically, or turn it into a trust fund with that money. Or basically pass it down to your kids as beneficiaries. Like, hey, once you pass, all this money that's saved up is money that y'all gonna keep on getting payments for till it runs out. But if you keep on reinvesting it and it keeps on reinvesting itself while it's still growing, that money won't run out as quickly because you can just limit how much money they get from it. That's how some nonprofits work. That's another thing I learned through public administration. That's how a lot of nonprofits do that. They don't even make money. They have money there, and they just literally work off their their dividends. So when they invest and they have a stock portfolio, they literally just use sometimes the money that they make off of the dividends. Because people keep on donating and they keep on putting it, so they all just put it into that fund. And that fund keeps on making dividend payments, and they keep on making payments, and then they just use that, and they don't ever lose money. Because the money is still being donated, they just use the money that they have as dividends to use. That's the same way all these older people do it. That's the same way you can do it. It just takes time. Because right now you can use that extra $17 that you get, but hey, if you're making $100 a month and it's just added on to $100, that's minimum $1,200 you just made extra. That's not counting how much it went up or how much. That's if you just put it in the simplest terms. And the same thing is like you can do that on an Excel sheet and just make it compound interest. It does formulas for you. You can do that. You can just go on Excel. Learn what compound interest is, learn what the fucking formula is, plug and play with whatever fucking stock you want, see what the dividend is, see what the percentage is, you put it in there, compound interest, and it'll tell you how much you'll make. You could even make it that you can have it that you can make a certain amount of money by the time you retire. Or, hey, how much do I have to put in to make this amount of money by the time I retire? Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Crazy the capabilities that people have that don't realize. Where is my shit? No, it wasn't the financial budget clause. I don't remember. Time value calculations. That's the card. But alright, y'all. I give y'all a free chicken. Hopefully y'all used what I taught y'all and y'all learned something from it. Like I said, and remember, you can also do this for your kids. Doesn't only have to be your account. It's called custodial accounts. It's called custodial accounts. If you have kids, you can manage their accounts till they turn 18. Meaning that the same way you're putting $25 into your account, if you're going to say you're going to do 50 and you got another kid, you can make it that you have a custodial account that does the same thing and invests into QYOD, Maine, or whatever you do. Use it as a custodial account, and now your kid has a head start further than what you did. So not only will they have their own money, they're going to have your money too. And then when that continues and they have their kids and they do the same thing, then they got grandparents' money, parents' money, their own money. Then they have their kids and it just keeps on going. No, it's the same thing as an account. It's still a brokerage account. It's just that you are a custodial person that basically manages it for your kid. Trust fund is a whole different thing. Trust fund is different. Trust fund, I'm working on that one. That one I still have to learn more on. But that one I'm not too well versed in yet. But that's something I'm learning. But you gotta do it that way. You start a custodial fund, your kid can have an account, and literally, if you're starting, because see, I'm 40. I started doing this when I was 27. if my kid is doing this investing and they're putting $25 in at the age of fucking 5, because by the time they hit 40, they gonna be good. So you know what I'm saying? That's all you gotta do. Invest in your future, invest in your family, and invest in making it that you have generational things, because that sets you apart from these people. That's how these people have the money to pay for school. They don't have school loans. That's how these people can buy their kids brand new cars, because they already have the money for it. That's all it is. Do you have to be alive? Yes. Because the thing is basically with the custodial account is you're creating it, and once they hit 18, it's basically theirs. Because right now you're basically holding that account for them because they are not of age to legally do their trades. So you are basically you're basically their financial manager, basically through that brokerage. You're in charge of it. So if anything happens to it, like it goes down and you sell it or whatever, it's on you. But once they hit 18, or basically there's you can put requirements on how they get it or when they get it, but most of the time it's till 18. Once they turn 18, then it becomes and it gets transferred to them as their account. But till then, you can just keep throwing money in there. The same way you throw money into yours, throw money into theirs. Or you could throw more money into theirs than you do yours. However you want to do it. However you can afford to do it, whatever you can. Like I said, times is going to get rough these next couple of things. So you might have to slow down on how much you do. But if you're good to go, just do it. And if you're in the military and you're getting free disability, that's free money. That's free money to invest. Free money to put into your kids. But I'll leave y'all with that. As always, as I like to tell y'all, be good to one another, take care of one another, look out for one another, love one another, stay marvelous while doing it, y'all. Yeah, see, look what Ryan said. Ryan said he started at 32 and he got 17K in there. It takes time. It's not quick. This is the long game. You're playing this for the long game. But look, he started at 32 and he's at 17,000. By the time he hits 60, that's going to be more than 17,000. But that's going to be $17,000 he didn't have before because he didn't invest it. He just spent it on shit. That's how you got to look at it. It's money that you have to save for the back end. And if you put it into your kids, it's not going to be crazy. It all depends also on the money you make. If you got that extra money to put into invest it, throw it in there. Yeah, you start being a bit cheaper. You know what? It's just like, I don't need this shit. That's why I was like, I bought the stuff I bought. My kids have what they need. My family has what it needs. But put it in there. Forget about it. Let this shit grow. The only reason you should be looking at it is because you got to go in there to change how much extra you put in. That's it. It's the only reason you should look at it. Because, there's going to be dips in the stock market. It's going to be depressions. It's going to be recessions. It's going to be all this shit. But at the same time, the stock market always come back up. Because all these rich people are going to lose all their money. It's going to go back up. That's one thing we can be sure of. All these rich people are not going to lose their money. You think Elon Musk is going to let his stock just plummet all the way fucking down and not become one of the richest people? No, it's not going to happen, y'all. It'll drop, but it comes back up. Just invest in yourself, invest in your kids, invest in the future, so that way when all this stupidness happens, you still have that money backed up and prepared just in case anything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what I told a lot of people to do. Take your money out if it's going to be a massive drop like that, just pull the money out from Robinhood, leave it in the account. Just pull it out from the fucking stocks you have it in. If the shit's going to plummet, like I said with this QYLD, right? It's at $17. If something happens that's going to make it plummet to like 15, take all that money out. Because you're still selling it at $17. But then when the shit drops down, remember, you had them at $17. Now for every stock that you sold, you can get $2 worth more of a stock. But you need to know what you're doing. But hey, like I said, just learn,
pay attention. There's a lot of people that give this free information, but this is the information that some people try to make you pay for, when it's just like you can educate yourself and just learn it yourself. It's good to listen to those experts because they know they've been doing this for longer. But sometimes that simple start is what you need to learn and evaluate what you have and then further it further. So hopefully that helps y'all. Hopefully that works for y'all. I appreciate y'all. Peace. I ain't no expert. I do the best I can. I learn as much as I can and I teach as much as I can. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one. YouTube.